What's going on, everybody? I am your host, Sonic,
And I'm your co-host, Snuff.
and we have a special guest for everybody that's listening in, the owner of Firehouse Frenzy. Take it away.
Hi, my name is Lami,
Also, Pluxe Events.
and Lux Events.
There you go.
Yes.
All right, so we invited you here today because we want to get a female perspective, and it's interesting because you host shows,
Yes.
you do all these fundraisers, and what made you get into the car scene? What was it for you? How did it start?
How did it start?
Yeah.
So it started in high school, my senior year.
Okay.
So my friend took me to my first 2001 hot import night.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
When the events were really good
Yes,
back then. It wasn't
thank
about
you.
the trophies. It was just coming out.
Right.
Just showing off your bills and everything like that.
Don't worry, you're doing good.
No, you're great, you're great.
But I'm very much into puzzles.
Okay.
A lot of puzzles, like putting things together. And when I noticed what you could do with cars, that you could literally use a big puzzle piece.
Got it.
You could
That's a
do
good
whatever you
analogy for
want.
it.
Yeah, you could do
Okay.
whatever you want with it. You can add whatever, remove whatever to your personality of the car. And that's
Okay.
what got me into the car scene.
Oh, okay. So, have you been able to customize any cars or not
Yes,
yet?
I was very into Hondas.
Okay.
I still am.
Okay,
I'm a
okay.
big Honda person.
Okay, so you're a Honda girl.
Yeah,
All right.
so I started with a Honda Civic, a four-door. Went from there, then I had an RXX Type S,
Nice. All
and I
right.
had the A-Spec version.
Oh,
Was trying to make that as JDM look as possible, just how the Japan had it.
got it.
Got stolen,
Oh,
Oh, no
Uh-huh.
shit. Okay.
never found it. Then I went to actually a Subaru, a 2.5 RS coupe.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's a change.
Because I was
Okay.
just like, all-wheel drive, New York. You know,
Right.
why not?
Makes
Let me
sense.
try. My
All right.
friend was selling it. I was just like, let me just try it. 'cause
Okay.
Why not?
Okay.
Someone hit me in that one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Shit.
Then ended up with a EK hatch.
Okay.
That got stolen.
God, gee, fuck.
Yeah,
What a
but
track
I found
record.
it. Found
Okay,
it.
okay.
Nothing wrong with it. Everything put together. I had that one and a four-door
Okay.
EK.
All right.
And then that's it for now.
Okay. So as of now, you're not modding anything, or there's no
Nothing
project
right
cars
now.
in the
Saving
current
to
pipeline.
get an Integra.
Oh, shit. Okay.
That's my main goal.
Okay. Well, the new one now.
No,
Oh,
the older
okay.
body.
Oh, good,
Maybe
good
like
answer.
a GSR.
Good answer. Good answer.
I'm just
Okay.
happy it's not a DC-5.
Nuh-uh. They're nice, but I prefer a more old school. I'd rather the older bodies, the 80s, 90s.
And always easier to work on as well.
Less electronic
Yeah,
problems.
way less. Way less. That's something we always talk about.
Yeah,
with,
it's like
with
less
all the future
computer, everything's more manual, easier to fix. I don't have to diagnose everything through a computer.
cars. Smart. No, it's
Yeah.
smart. It's, like I said, it's what we always talk about. What did you want to ask her? Go ahead.
Oh, all right. So this is me. I've always wondered. All right. So there's always been a stigmatism about women leading the industry, and I think it's a beautiful thing that somebody like you can come together and put something like that together as what you're doing.
Yes.
Absolutely commendable.
Thank you.
The balls it takes to do that. Holy shit. We've been talking about a show for how long now, Boo?
Ooh, for a while now.
So with that being said, what made you put together in your head, you know what, fuck it, I can do a fucking show. I can do this.
Because I didn't just thought of it, like just randomly. I actually was working behind the scenes for a lot of people, right? So I used to work a lot of the racetracks, seeing the car scenes and like judging shows. That got me into the behind the scenes of how an event worked. And then I noticed when I'm looking into, when you're in it, you see more stuff, like what's wrong and what's good, like in a lot of event people, don't get me wrong, they don't fix the problem. You know, they just keep doing it over and over. They never fix what people, the community are telling them what's wrong.
Right.
You know, because a lot of them do focus on the money, the quantity of people that coming to their
If I had a
show.
dollar.
You know, it's not about the quality. It's just like how much money I can make off of this show. Not forgetting that's not what a car scene is about. And then I've noticed it's becoming more greedy. And I'm here like, yeah, I could do this. You know? And then my friend reached out, the fire department. I was like basically my first official event. He was like,
Okay.
you know, us firefighters, especially the volunteer section, they always do shows, like little things to raise money. He was like, and he was into the car scene. So he was
Okay.
like, let's do something together. right? I was like, you know what, let's try it. And boom, it took off. It just took off.
Oh, okay.
Because I built that following being behind the scenes, promoting, advertising. So I built up that following. Now they're like, boom, I see I'm doing an event. They're like, let's check out that event. And that's what made me into it.
No shit. Okay.
I gotta say that turnout for the last Firehouse Frenzy was absolutely nuts. Between RX-7s and that R32, the white one, I can't remember his name right now. It eludes me. I think it's like Miko or something.
I think so. I forget. There's so many people.
The 2 rows full of Supras and all done differently. It was absolutely bizarre. And then you have your absolute purist guys there and just everybody all together in the same area talking about what they built and how they went about it. There was no gatekeeping. I watched people walk up to each other. How the fuck did you get that to fit in there? Oh, well, that's easy. You pull this back a little bit, you add a spring. And everybody was talkative about it. There was no gatekeeping. It was a genuine experience.
Like how it used to be. That's how back in the days. Remember, back in the days, trophies was never a thing. There was no best of. There was none of those.
None of that ever existed until
Like,
like the
if
mid
you
2000s.
if you went
when
to
they
like a
started
hot
building it
import
out.
site back in the days,
Yep.
you know, it was just come out, show you off your cars, talk about your cars, influence people. That's what it was about.
To build.
Yeah, back then we didn't build it for attention. We didn't build it for this person, that person. We
Yeah.
did it for ourselves. So it's like, when did it become like, oh, the ego, like, oh, I'm number one in this thing. Like, what are you really doing it for yourself, or are you doing it for the attention of it? Because that was never how it was growing up into the car scene.
Very true.
I gotta say, a lot of this has to do with Instagram and the followers and the likes and social media. I feel as though that the more followers you have on Instagram, the more clout you have, the further your car can possibly get.
Opportunities.
Sadly but true. Yeah,
Yes.
sadly but true.
But it's like, can't you be more positive about it? It's like, wow, I'm getting 100,000 likes on my pictures, but then I'm being, not very
Friendly.
friendly about it. It's just like, like, why do you have to come down to it? It's like, if you didn't have Instagram, that would never exist. So it's like,
I say the same
I
thing.
know, exactly. So it's like, why can't you stay humble from 1 like to 100,000 likes?
It's all right. So I'm not going to say the person's name, but I'm going to say there is a car in our typical area who wasn't much, and then he built his car and he got kind of Instagram famous. So he decided to start a brand. I ran into him at a Bad Bitch Society meet, and his counterpart, his better half, and I walked over because it's a build that it's the same car.
Okay.
And they were very snotty with me, and I was just like, I was just asking questions. All right, let me leave them alone. Maybe they're having a bad day or whatever. And then fast forward, I ran into my Cars and Coffee, and they looked at me like I smelled like shit. I was like, all right, you're not here for the right reason. And since then, we try to shy away and not to deal so much.
Yeah.
Because, you don't want to get that stigmatism of, oh, you're the asshole because this person said so. And
Obviously.
this car game is a lot of politics. It's all about who you know and what's going to happen next and what shows you can get approved for. And I miss the old way where you have to submit your pictures, and if it wasn't up to the build quality, you weren't getting in.
Yeah.
You were parking out in the fucking parking lot. You weren't inside.
Hell, that's what Honda Pro Nice used to do back in the day.
Yeah, but then
I-
that's like Wakefest. Wakefest still does it. They still do it the old way, where it's like you have to be the best of the best to be able to get in. It's not just, I just want the quantity of people to come.
Okay.
So a lot of people go, oh, how come I didn't get accepted? It's like, because you didn't meet the criteria of what they want in the showcase.
It's funny because I mean it's like I tell him all the time. Everybody thinks their car's hot. Everybody thinks their car's dope, and
Nothing wrong with that.
there's nothing wrong with that. I commend people when they think their car, they take pride in what they build. But you have to put that to the side when you want to go to some of these, like what I quote unquote, I call them the heavy hitter shows, like Hot Import Nights, Wackfest, all this type of stuff. Because if you look at their old galleries, or even don't even go that crazy far, you can go last year's gallery.
Yeah.
Look at what you're seeing.
The top of the top. Like,
So, people fail to comprehend that just because, again, going back to the social media and the clout, is, your picture gets, 10,000 likes in an hour, in a day or so, and your views on your reels are going through the fucking roof. But then this show doesn't accept you.
But you have to realize how many times have you browsed through Instagram and just double click, keep going,
Yeah.
double click. I didn't really look at it. I'm just double clicking and going. So like most of those likes aren't genuine likes.
Genuine
It's
people,
just
yeah.
People
Yeah.
just liking it just because it's there. People forget that, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
No, it's true. It's true.
And I see that all the time.
I didn't know that you were an old schooler like that you genuinely appreciated cars for cars. All right, so now I got a question.
Yes.
I got hard questions. Ready for this? Haha, I'm rolling up sleeves right now. I've noticed a lot of bolt-on wide bodies. Where do you stand on that versus the old school custom molding? Because this is a debate that me and him have constantly.
What's the debate between you guys?
The debate really mostly is
He's the reason why I spent 10 grand on molding on a fucking body kit.
I'm old school.
Bullshit.
I've been doing this now 20 years, over 20 already. So I've seen the fads come and go. I've
Clear
seen
taillights.
Clear
It goes in
taillights.
circles.
Clear taillights were cool back in the 2000s, all day.
Look at the
By
underglows.
2006, if you had clear corner, burn your car. Burn your car, set it on fire,
Yeah.
give it to a church because we don't want it. It's shit. It's horrible. Now, everybody and their mother, they'll sell a testicle and they'll sell their kids to go make
RGB.
iPhones, to for fucking clear taillights. It's the craziest thing in the world. Me personally, it's nice to see, but again, I am an old schooler. Just
Yeah.
seeing all this now come back into trend, and I start laughing. And again, going back to this, our standing argument is always, the points are there if you take your wide body and you mold it on, compared to what they normally do with like over fenders,
Rivets
in the
and-
rivet style.
But
or-
you have to
so
understand.
what's your
What's
take
your
on
take?
it? What do you think?
Okay, you have to understand. Some people just don't like that look, that full molded look. Some people like that rivet, that little extra to it.
Thank you.
You know, you have to realize not everyone's preference. Yes, it does look nice when it's nice and molded. But I see some cars when they put things together with that rivet and just that little extra, accent to the car,
Right.
it adds to the car.
But they get the weather
you know?
stripping in there just
exactly,
right.
just right. I'm not talking about
Okay.
people just throw it in and like boom, it's wide
I-
body.
I've
Someone
seen
that
some of that
does
too.
it properly. Like if you look at those two GTRs from New York, I think they're from New York,
yeah.
Huskies
Oh,
and
okay.
Master John.
Yes,
right?
yes.
You can't be like those are not potentially because it's not molded. You
No,
know?
they're fucking sexy.
Yeah.
You see, they put it on together, right? They aligned it perfectly, like everything fit to the criteria of the look of the car. So you can't really be like, that's,
Okay.
if you look at it that way, some people like that look. Some people, for me personally, that molded look is a clean look. I like that simple and clean look. So when you mold it, it gives it a simplicity and the cleanness of it. It's not so aggressive like the way.
She is an old schooler.
Yeah,
She is an old schooler.
See, so it's like for me, it would be that preference, but I will appreciate it when it's done right.
Yes.
The correct way.
That's the thing, because I can't. It's like I said, with the team, it's already now like over 20 years with the team. I've had to mold and go with the flow of the times because there isn't many old schoolers left. There isn't many OGs left. They're all out of the game, or their cars are sold, or they're hiding in their garages and they never come out
Cars
again.
and coffee. They just do cars and
Oh,
coffee.
they do simple stuff like that. So if I were to stay in that mentality, the team would never, I wouldn't have made past 20 years. The team would have been dead 10 years
Like
ago.
a lot of teams now,
Like a lot of teams now.
they come and go.
Here's my shit though.
What?
All right, let's use blue as an example.
Okay.
How many parts for that fucking front bumper?
4.
4 different parts off of 4 different vehicles to make his front bumper. Super fucking excessive.
And 6 cars, no, 4 cars made the back too.
See, this is the bullshit I'm talking about. That's the old school where I'm like, I scratch my head, I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. And then he forces the ideas on me, almost like mental rape. And he puts it in my ear, and then it sticks with me
I gotta make a sticker with that.
for 4 or 5 months, and then I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. When I first wide bodied the car, bolted on the rivets, he, elbow, it'd be nice if you molded it. It'd be nice if you
It
molded
would
it.
have been.
I did mold it.
Look
I
at
wound up doing
And
it.
that's what I'm saying. Look how it looks now.
Same thing with the Porsche vent. He was like, we put it on, we just got it sized up. He draws a giant fucking vent before I get to wrap it, because at the time I was satin caramel.
Sand caramel.
And he was like, "Oh, get rid of the wrap. You need paints for real men." Yeah. No, fuck that. Another fucking $6,000 mistake. We'll get
Paint
back.
is the way.
So,
Told you.
damn, she sidelined me, motherfucker. So hold on. He draws this vent on the side. He's like, "You need to put a vent right here." I'm like, "What do you think?" And he's like, "The NSX ones, maybe the RX-7." And I'm thinking Porsche. Porsche's got to be the vent for that. It's the body curvature. It fits.
Yeah.
Long story short, here I am getting Porsche vents on my molded fender.
You're welcome.
Fuck you.
I'm here all day.
He's not going nowhere.
I'm here all day. I give you all the freebies. I
So-
charge other people for this shit.
Where do you stand on bags versus coilovers?
Don't matter to me, to be honest. It's wherever
Thank
you
you.
want to go with. Some people just don't like bags, and some people don't like coilovers. It's, as long as you make the fitment the way it's not. I guess you could do any fitment because it's your car.
No, but I'm asking about you personally.
But me,
If you had the option and the luxury to say,
it depends, right? Let's just say if it is a daily car, like I'm always gonna be knowing. I think I will go bags, but the longevity for the car.
they suck to maintain. I'm living it now. It's the worst. It's
But
the
then
worst.
me, I love
He
my
is living it.
coilovers. I love my static looks where I'm here like, you drove it like that? Like, you know?
Okay, I have to admit, that's how I know you're old schooler as shit. Because that has been my mentality forever. And I've had a chance to get bags now several times. And every single time I have them in checkout, I'm just like, I'm cheating. I feel like I'm
Yeah,
cheating
it is
my
kind
way
of
out.
cheating.
And don't get me wrong, I love the bags. I love when the guys show up at the house and just air out, and it looks dope. It looks awesome. It
does.
makes everybody stop and look like, oh my God, your car's broken, for the people that don't know. And you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But when I drive to the show and I get out, and then you have the one or two people be like, yo, you drove it like that?
It's
Why
just
didn't
like,
you air up? I was like, because I don't have bags.
it's like, this is
They
how
just
it
look
is.
at you. It's just a completely different. So, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
it's nice. It's just like,
It's a nice little, like, you
Like-
know what? You got a nice pair on you.
so you
They-
got
they
some
just
big
hang.
balls to be able to drive like that. Like,
Exactly.
you went through that hump like that?
Either that or you're killing your car, depending on which way you're looking at it.
Okay, so now, because this is also another funny one that me and him have all the time, back and forth.
I didn't know
all
we
right?
could do this. I'm happy.
You
to
all
do
right
this.
there? He's adjusting his
seat's
chair.
back.
He loves his three-piece wheels. I'm more of a
We had this
monoblock.
conversation on the way over.
I'm more of a monoblock guy. Like, to me, while yes, they look great, and the setups and the customizations and how
But
crazy you can get with
the
them, it's just the stupid.
reliability of it.
The sticker price is what I don't justify for a set of three-piece wheels.
Use red as your example.
But you gotta know the material's different.
Yes,
And it takes more time to make a three-piece next to a
a
regular.
monoblock. Yes,
yeah.
that is 100%
So
there.
you're also paying for their
But-
time and their design.
But don't you feel like, to a certain degree, there's more bro tax now on three-piece wheels?
I think so because of the popularity of it.
Because-
like that VIP. If you have a three-piece,
Because
Your dick is huge.
Yeah, like
Good
your
exa-
VIP.
Rotorform, when they came out, their three-piece wheels were the most affordable ones to get. Now, if you want to get a set of 20s in three-piece, you're gonna pay close to like $8,500.
Yeah, it's like 2,000 like all wheel. Like
Because, like I said, me and him go at it. Because with my E36, it's like, oh my God, you have an E36, get three-piece wheels. It's like,
Why?
you know,
I've been
exactly.
breaking balls forever.
Thank you.
Tell her what you have on there.
I
Show
have
me what you got on it.
original BMW M Sport DS2 wheels. Original.
OEM.
OEM.
the strongest you'll ever get it.
Painted black. And that's it. That legit. Like, there's nothing more to
Push
this.
him. Push him.
There's nothing more to this. And he's like, yo, no, get wheels.
Maybe not a three-piece, but maybe you should get some nicer.
That's the one I'm finishing up currently. But they're DS2s. They're original DS2 motorsports.
You see, like, okay, those are nice wheels, but the look
She
you're,
said butt. She
but
said butt.
the look you're trying to go for the thing that I'm looking at, right?
Uh-huh.
You're going for a very aggressive look, right? 'Cause
Aggressive
you have
arrow.
the canards, you
Yes.
have the, you should possibly, in my opinion, get a different wheels that
Mm-hmm.
are more aggressive.
To flow with that.
to flow with the look of it.
See, that
Beautiful
yes.
wheels. The
That
OEM,
yes.
yes.
I'll do that.
You
I
know?
just don't, like I said, I don't want to sit here and have to like put a second mortgage.
Right?
for
No, but there's
3.6.
plenty of nice
On Facebook Marketplace, yes.
non three-piece
Your boss
wheels.
not paying
But then
fucking $3,000.
It might not be OEM.
we get into the debate about reps and real wheels, and people, more or less don't respect an older wheel from the 90s, and people who know what it is, the old schoolers are like, holy shit, you found Pias from where?
It's called uneducated. A lot of people don't know what
And you're
90
being
wheels
nice, 'cause I call it
look.
just straight up car ignorance.
But it's just being uneducated, and that's what the problem about the scene is. Instead of us trying to educate people about it, we just talk shit. A
That
lot of people
kills
talk
me.
shit. Yeah, it's like,
It sucks.
you know,
It
like,
does
oh,
suck.
those are so ugly wheels, but then no one responds, but those are from the 1990s and this and this. They'll end up just talking shit right back.
That's the crazy
You know,
part.
that instead of educating, how is that person going to know?
Yep.
Maybe they're just talking shit because it looks ugly to their preference, but they don't know the history behind it.
behind it.
Well, maybe if they did know the history behind those, they will respect it more. Like, oh, the old school Corvette wheels.
The blades.
The blades.
Yes.
You
Famous
put them
saw
on the
blades.
Volkswagen, people are starting talking shit about it, but not realizing Corvette, Volkswagen.
Those are all for Corvette. That's an American
Yeah,
car.
and where are you gonna find those? You can't find those, especially in that mint condition.
Didn't you just have a pair
I had a
behind your
set
house?
I had a set that I sold too.
He just
I
like,
literally just sold the set.
But you sold it for a probably good hefty price
yes, I
because
did.
it's so hard to
I
find.
want to know what you made.
Don't worry about it.
You won't tell that number out loud.
Nope. I will not.
All right.
But people don't know it. They see it. They're like, ew, those are very ugly looking. Like, why is it so round? Or whatever the
Yeah,
case
no, a
might
lot of
be.
people don't understand it. Or
Not
they, or they
realize.
think you're like, again, even going down the last few shows I did a few years back with the BMW, and when I showed up to Impact, the BMW show, and everybody's like, yo, why didn't you get 3-piece wheels? I'm like, bro, for what?
Why? Are you
the
gonna
point?
buy it for me?
Like I said, you buy me 3-piece wheels?
I'll put it on.
Bro, I'll put a sticker with your name on it. I'm like, what
Right?
shit, I don't give a fuck.
If you buy them 3-piece wheels, you can put it in them.
Yeah, that's fine. That's no lube. I don't
It's
care.
nice if people give you suggestions, be like, oh, yo, this,
See, that's the
those
difference. A
wheels would have looked
suggestion or
nice.
whatever,
But not like
all
to be like,
day.
why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? How about you pay me and I'll do it? I have no problem. Like, here's the shopping cart. Pay, give me a card number. But suggestion is different, but a lot of people don't.
No, it is. People have lost I guess it's the tone. I don't know if it's, I guess you can use the word tone in constructive criticism and just being stupid.
Yeah.
They've
Borderline
lost,
bullying.
They've lost that filter of, hey, you know what? Not a fan of the car, but I can appreciate the time and the build. You know how long it's been since I've heard somebody say that? Years.
It's hard. And I was telling him in the car, it's like, you know how people's preference or everyone's different. You
Yes.
might like a certain car and I might not like it, but it's just like, who are we to really say, oh, that car is ugly? Because my opinion, I think is ugly, but it's just like, if he liked it, obviously he likes it because he put his money to it.
Right.
He saved up and bought those wheels. He saved up and bought those parts. How can I really judge somebody? Like, that's not a right build.
Yep.
And a lot of people do that nowadays. Judge other people's builds because
Hard.
it's not
Hard.
their preference, but everyone's different. Everyone's different personalities. Our personality goes into our car. We don't just buy just to buy it.
Very true.
So
Very
it's like you're telling someone their personality is wrong.
That's a good analogy.
That is an actual very good analogy. So, because it's be for real.
I didn't think about it like that.
No, it makes perfect sense. It does make perfect sense. Because in this game, people forget that behind the build, there is the personality trait that goes into the car. Now, granted, like I said, we've seen a few that do leave you confused.
Oh, shit, yeah.
You do scratch your head. You kind of just go like,
But I
you
bet
know
you'll
what?
think about it again.
But exactly, you do. And then we'll go back and we'll talk about it again.
Exactly.
So, to a certain degree, it leaves an imprint.
Exactly.
Granted, maybe it's not the
mark they were trying
the
to hit.
mark they were trying to hit per se.
But you're talking about
But
it.
you're talking about it.
Good or bad publicity is
Is
still
always good publicity. Yep, that's what I always say.
All right. Where do you stand on reps?
to me, it's whatever you could afford. Not a
Thank
lot
you.
of-
Somebody
not,
normal.
Not a lot of people could buy those 3-piece wheels. Not a lot of people will have that time to save up because life do happen. You know, cars break down. You have kids. You have holidays.
Yeah.
You have expensive. You know, what's wrong with buying reps? As long as you're not going around saying these are the real ones and
See,
pretending
that's where
it's
at, though.
not.
That's where it's at, though.
reps.
And the other fine print is, let's say for, okay, there's the real ones. There's like the rep, I call them Class A's, that they're like the really good but affordable reps.
Okay.
Then there's the B's, they're like the reps of the original one, but they're like $200 off. That's where I draw the line.
comes with
though.
a tire.
Yeah. But if you go and you get it on Wish, you're
You see,
asking.
but now
See,
you're,
that's where I
you're
draw the
talking
line.
about
That's where I draw the
quality.
line.
Now
Yeah,
you're
exactly,
just going
exactly.
down like. Now you're gonna end up
Because
paying
that's already
double
like
'cause
safety.
you have to fix it again.
Exactly.
thing.
Exactly. That's the thing.
Like there is good reps out there, very
Thank
good
you.
reps. But if you're going around, like there are VS reps, right?
Oh yeah, there is.
But if you're rocking VS reps, don't tell people those are
That they're actual-
VSs,
yes,
you
that's
know?
the
Because
thing.
now you just look dumb.
Hold on. All right. I've seen people take reps, shave the lip off, shave the barrel off, and then actually turn it into a 3-piece. Which that actually in my book gets a little bit of a brownie point. To take
well,
something.
yeah, because you're
You're putting effort into it.
you're getting into the custom side of it
I
on
think
a
that's
wheel.
cool.
On a wheel. So yeah, no, 100%.
But would they call it the VS wheels? No.
I would leave.
You could say is VS inspired.
Yeah.
Then it's just like, aha, we see it. But he's not walking around saying these are VS wheels. And clearly you could tell they're not.
True.
But if you were like, this is our VS inspired wheels, I'd be like, oh, respect. You actually went out of your way, figured
To
it
make
out.
it.
Yeah, figured out where to cut, where to mold things. Props to you. You're putting your effort into
Okay.
it.
Hold on, let
Okay.
me find him on Instagram because
What,
I gotta
who?
give him a shout out now. Chambroy.
Who's that?
Fuck you.
Wait. Who is that? As he's like looking. What wheels are those?
Relax, slow down there, Turbo. He'll take a wheel,
Uh-huh.
chop it. And
Oh shit.
thank you.
Oh shit, that is actually nice.
Here you go.
I love those wheels.
Yeah, scroll through it.
And a
what
lot of people don't like them.
Watch what he does to him.
That's actually dope. See, that's
Did you scroll through it?
but that's like
He
you know,
turns him into 3-piece.
He did a really good job.
see stuff like that you don't see though.
He is one of one.
Yeah, it's a niche.
And ready for
That's,
this?
like,
This
on
was
point.
originally an OEM wheel.
I could see from the first picture.
You can't make shit up like that. It's just wild to me.
That actually is really nice though.
It came out really
He
nice.
took
A
those
pair
old
of
school.
Toms, the 4x4s, the baby super wheels,
That's actually dope.
and then throws a lip on them. Bang.
Damn.
Check it out. Right? And then,
I like it.
See, that looks good though.
but the effort is what counts.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's creativity. At that rate,
It's custom. It's a custom wheel.
yeah,
That's all you gotta say.
It's a
custom
full-blown
wheel.
one-off, thing. He may make another set maybe for somebody else, but end of the day, they're one-offs.
All right, well, let's go back to the Z.
Go.
I had to order special those lips and barrels because work doesn't make them for that anymore.
Right.
And if you do find them, you're leaving a testicle on the desk.
Pretty much.
So, in a sense, yeah, it's a high-end wheel, but it's a custom high-end wheel.
Yeah, you took the high-end wheel and you went a little bit step up from it.
A step-up lip. That's
See-
what I
you
did.
see what I did there?
Aha,
You see
I
what I
like that.
did
That was
there?
very cool. That was very cool. Okay. So, are you a poke or a tuck person?
I love the tuck.
Really?
I love it. It's because
That's old school in there.
I love, for
That's the
me,
old school.
is that simple and clean look.
You gotta remember, back in the
Like, Poke
back.
is nice.
Tell me no that back in the day. What the fuck was Poke?
We were in that wheel well.
Thank you.
We were in there.
If half your wheel disappeared,
Oof.
you were King Dick at the show. I'm not kidding.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Because I mean, to be honest, I don't even know when the whole Poke thing really started.
Camber guys.
It's not that far back. It can't be that far back. But that's when they started doing,
Excessive camber. How do you
Excessive
feel about
camber?
that?
I find it dangerous. I do.
Up to what
Because
degree?
I've seen so many cars DB'd in the middle of the street while they're driving because of the stretch, because they have to stretch it and all that.
I'm that guy.
Yeah, I'm sure. I respect it because you got some balls driving around like that. Like you do. Like I know someone named Marsh.
Marsh Bill, oh, he is fucking
Yo,
phenomenal.
he's a genius when it comes to that camber style, camber style thing, like, because it's very Japanese. That's how Japanese did it now. Not
Okay.
now, but like a few years ago.
Bozuzoku look.
Yes, that's how they used to do it.
Okay.
So you're bringing that style here because I'm pretty sure Japan, they've done it. Everything's been done.
Anything you
done.
could think of.
So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
kind of run out of ideas. So you're like, let's see how far we could tilt this wheel and still be drivable. And they executed beautifully.
Oh, yeah.
Out there. And Marsh,
Marsh is
you've
another
seen
one.
his builds, all the cars that he's touched, drives perfectly fine like it's a stock car.
What's killing me
and
though is
stuff.
I'm seeing a lot of Accords that just do the camber, a wrap, and a Chichetto with the seatbelt on it. You know what I'm talking about? And they're done.
In
That's
the
it.
back seat.
Yeah, they're done. They're done.
Okay. What is your take on the famous chucheros?
She's making a face.
Exactly. Done. Show's over. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. See you next week.
I respect it. I can say that I respect it.
Okay.
'Cause- But for you to just put a speaker, like if you're going to a show and you're trying to like compete for the music, ice. Back in the days,
Let's
we
see
used
where
to
this
call
is
it
going.
ice. That's what we used to call it, ice.
Thank you.
Right?
In car entertainment.
And all you do is pull out a speaker from your backseat and put it on top of your hood, not the hood, the top of your car. It's like, is that really a music system? Like realistically, is that really a music system?
I told you.
I gotta ask her about my plan then. I gotta get. Oh fuck! I gotta.
But
say it
then
out loud.
if you have the whole like setup, I've seen some people pull out speakers, but they have the full blown setup. Like,
Right, it's an incorporation
yes,
of their actual trunk build.
exactly,
See, that's
or
a
their
different
door
thing because then
builds.
people are like, no, but, what about this? And what about that? This swings out. And this is like, oh, I'm like, yeah, but it's in your trunk though, right? It's part
Exactly.
of your trunk setup. Mm-hmm. That's fine with me.
Exactly.
But if you're
using
putting
grandma
s-
speakers.
Yeah, you took your grandma's speaker from her living room, you put it in your back seat, you put a seatbelt on it like if it's your
And you got a
2-year-old.
wire just hanging there. Just,
Yes, thank
just
you.
there.
Or
just
they do
hanging.
I'm pretty sure you've seen it. They do the podium stand. Like the guy's gonna direct the whole car, but it's just to put the box so you
yep.
can control it. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
All right. So.
add something. Add something.
So we know where she stands in that. Okay.
All right. So now I got to throw an idea at you, and every now and again I drop these gems, and if you're listening, you can catch on and run with it. I don't give a fuck. I share my ideas. I have this fantasy about getting a roof rack. Well, I have the roof rack already done, just sea suckers. I want to get a cargo box to go from my big wing, sea suckered on, to my roof, open on the side, but inside of the cargo box would be all speakers. It would be like a Chichetto, but in a cargo box.
But that's
What's your
different
stance on that?
because you're kind of adding an accent to your body of your car. Since it's part of your
Fuck you, she likes it.
build. It's part of it. It's just not like you're putting a speaker and calling it a day.
No, but if you can execute it
The way he described
correctly,
it.
I'll have somebody build it. I don't care.
but I'm saying when it opens and you can do something, but if you open that thing and I see nothing but wood boxes with speakers in it, I'm gonna kill you myself. Cause that is not it, bro.
I'm
That
gonna
is-
root him on
As he whoops my
because
ass.
That
you have
is
to
not
look
it.
at
Kick
it.
'em,
Look at the thing what you've done to your car. Look at the flow of your car, and you to just pull out something like that. It's just like, what are you doing?
But if it's in a cargo box, sea sucker to the top, and then at the show I decide, you know what? I'm going to do the audio competition. I roll up, and I open up this cargo box.
Yeah, but that wouldn't even be considered in the. I mean, well, granted, I'm thinking now, back in the days, that a sound of competition was everything that was
attached
inside your
the
car.
car.
But it's onto.
It's not.
No, when I
inside your
do music
car.
competitions, it's what music comes out of your car. How does it sound? Does the car rattle when it plays? Is the balance of the bass and the
tremble and the
tremble,
vocals.
all that right? You could pull out a Chichetto out and then make it sound loud, right? Anyone could win that.
Decibels will
If
be loud,
we're not
yeah.
doing a loud competition, and music competition, we're looking at the whole general setup of how the car is.
But if it's
on
built-
top of sound.
If it's built into something that's,
It's still not inside of your car.
I'm gonna put it inside of you.
But there are
After the
competition.
show.
But then there also the competition where I pull out, the Odysseys and all that.
Yes.
When they pull
Oh,
out
man. That
Yeah.
kills me.
the thing that's technically outside of the car.
Yeah.
There is different competition when it comes to music, and a lot of music people do debate about that.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah,
why
yeah.
am I competing with someone that has speakers that are exposing outwards? Obviously, they're going to be
They're gonna-
louder
yeah, they're
than
gonna
me,
blow you out of the water,
right?
or
So that's
hands
not
down,
a
yeah.
fair competition. So there are categories when it comes to the music too. It's not just like, oh, I threw a speaker, I should compete with everybody else. That's not fair. Because there's no way you're beating a speaker that's pointing outwards
Yeah, no,
than
yeah,
a
yeah.
car that's speaking internally in the car, And I've learned that from doing shows.
Okay.
I've had a guy educate me about it because I didn't know much about it. And he explained to me that those are two different sides of the music. People like to build inside the car of the music, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And some
exactly.
people like that, pulling out the speaker, exposing your speaker by opening your door. That's a different type of thing,
I like to use DJ Killa as a prime example for the guys with the serious audio builds in his car.
God, his car is so nice.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Who's that one?
from Different Visions.
Oh, yes.
Sonata.
Yes,
There's a
yes,
Sonata
yes,
with the
yes.
crazy
Yes,
beautiful
yes,
build.
yes,
His
yes,
bike,
yes, yes.
oof, matching bike.
But again, it's that old school mentality which makes you think, all right, maybe I should mold it into the trunk. Maybe I should. And I'm thinking to myself, all right, do I get rid of all the carbon fiber now? Fuck, here we go.
You probably could find a way
To incorporate it?
execute it. Yeah, like if you wanted to go with that box look, right, outside, you could, especially if you're using it in a roof rack.
Yeah, it's original.
Make it where it molds with the roof rack, where it looks like it's supposed to be there,
That's what I'm
instead of just having a box up there.
executed correctly.
I would like to see this.
So,
Because if you just put a box there, I'm taking it off.
no, I got it.
I'll help her.
He's gonna.
I'll help her.
Yep.
It'll go from the big wing to the top of the roof, and it'll be a cargo box, a legit, hold on.
Now, what is your take on I forgot the show that is now banning chucheros from it, but would you?
It'd be something like this on the roof.
See, that would be cool if it is executed right.
Thank you.
Make sure it flows instead of just it there.
Yeah, because at least the Firehouse Frenzies, I have not seen chucheros.
No.
The chuchero guys, that I've seen that I can remember anyway, unless I missed one.
Not
to miss,
really.
but-
There wasn't a lot of chicheros.
No, because trust me, our ears would have been bleeding if they would have been there. But what's your take on allowing them to show?
I feel like they have every right to show, but it's only as a lot of events they don't cater to their needs.
Right.
They just
right.
don't realize, so they don't know what to do at an event. They're here for the music, so they're just gonna play their music because there's no schedule for them in that event. A lot of shows do neglect them and throw them in a corner instead of trying to incorporate them into an event. Be like, hi, why can't you take an hour of representing that,
Right,
like
right, right,
those
right, right.
people, and then they will respect you back. But if you're totally forgetting about them, leaving them in a corner, they're not gonna respect you. So they're gonna do whatever they want.
True. No, it's true. Because there was a few shows that I did.
Hold on, pause.
Well,
She just literally dropped a gem for anybody who runs a fucking show. Incorporate them into the show. It'll be the best thing you do.
because
I feel like
the
they
thing
should.
because they used to be back when we used to do English Town. There was a section that was
The
for
audio
them.
section, called the
That was
audio
section
section.
literally all for them, and that whole side was nothing but chucheros, and they were all making their ears bleed one after another. That was their thing, but they had their own separate classes,
Exactly, but they don't do that nowadays.
which I have not seen.
Nope.
And you know what? It sucks too because a lot of these guys, they say they don't do chucheros. They do the full audio build. So I'm talking about full sealed wall, 12, 13
Molded
batteries, everything
everything.
molded. But the truck or the van or whatever it is being held up by duct tape, zip ties, and hopes. So aside from that, they're not modded. So when they would go to a show, then they're the first ones complaining on why didn't I win anything. But I'm like, yo, my guy, there's duct tape on your bumper. Like,
Right? Like,
the same Odyssey here is wide body with like airbags and 3-piece wheels and like, crazy paint or wrap or whatever. But, it sucks that they can't have their own thing to a certain degree, because I also see the side of it that when they have shown up, people just fucking
Look at
wanna
the
hang
crowd.
themselves.
Oh, yeah.
half the time.
no matter what, if you go to like in the in Queens, they used to do it by
Yes, it used to be
Shea
very hard.
Stadium.
Yes, it used to be
right in
very
the
hard
Shea
out there.
Stadium,
Yep.
and they used to do little meetups where it's just Chuchetto Land. But you should see
Chuchetto Land.
you should see the crowd that it builds up. Like just because you're not audio, it's just the whole structure of how they did this in a
Yes,
small car.
which like I said, it sucks because they don't get a chance to get the merit. Granted, now I'm talking about the ones that, again, they're not in it for the looks, they're not in it for the wheels. It's just audio.
Yeah,
But
some
they
people
build it correctly. They get the right wiring, batteries, speakers, subs, everything in it, and it's just stupidly, ignorantly loud. Again, Chuchetto stuff, it's one of those. Just because, again, me personally, I don't see the whole thing of the speaker on top of the roof. I don't.
Okay.
it's just a preference.
And again, it comes down to a preference. But if you gotta remember, we go by car show world, which a lot
Everything
of people
should
don't
be-
understand. A lot of people are like, oh, you're just biased over here because you don't like this or you don't like that. I was like, no, I kind of like everything. I mean, I kind of respect everybody's builds. But when you're like in the world of competing, you have to take all that out of your head, and you have to be down the line.
A lot of people don't see it
And
that
don't
way.
see that. At least not anymore. Again, this is going back because, Jesus Christ, I started way back when. But, yeah.
All right. All right, so we touched on that. I want to know where you stand on wrap versus paint, because that's a big debate we had, and I folded like a little bitch and went over to paint and
very good. You're welcome.
and spent some good money with George at Conservative Cars. Shout out George.
Nice punt. That was a nice
I
plug.
plug everybody, you know that. I'll plug you if you let me.
Hey,
That night's young.
it
Jesus.
just started.
Where do you stand on the whole OEM paint, wrap, custom paint?
I think it's cool, to be honest with you. I think I love paint because it's there. It's not going nowhere.
It's forever.
It's forever. For you to be able to maintain a painted car,
It's
keep
a
it fresh,
bitch.
it's a lot of work, especially on black ones. You all know about the black ones. The black paint, they're impossible. I remember going to an Elite Tuner show, and they had this beautiful Civic black. Yo, I literally asked him, what do you use? Because it looked like water. Like, it looked like water. I've never seen a black car this clean. And that's respect. Like, dude,
cars suck.
I worked my ass off for someone to compliment, like, it looks like water, no swirls, no nothing. The one thing I like about wrap is you could do so much. So much.
Thank you.
It's an art.
Right?
Thank you.
It's a credit I've always given.
It's art.
when
It's
you were
art.
when you were doing the whole rap stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was like, you can continue doing your rap stuff, but my words were to you exactly this. But if you really want to compete, paint is the way to
Paint, yeah. Paint.
go. It's another old schooler.
Because
Pretty
you have
much
to
telling you
realize
the
when
same spiel.
me being a judge of a car, right? When we look at exterior of a car, when we're judging the exterior of the car, we're looking at the paint job. We're not looking at your wrap job. We're looking at the swirls, if everything's no waves, no anything. Now we have to add a category of wrap. Now you're taking 0 points off your exterior paint category because we don't know what your paint looks like.
Oh shit.
You know, so your paint could look half-ass under that wrap, but we would never know. Now you're getting 0 point of paint, but you're only getting a little bit of wrap points.
Okay.
Now you're only competing for the wrap category. You're not competing for the overall general of their car.
Okay, no, that makes a lot more sense.
You know,
It's nice to hear from somebody else and not just you.
Well, you know,
I love wrap. Don't get me wrong. Like especially if you're paint, throwing a nice clear wrap over it to keep your paint.
The PPF.
Yes, I think that's a genius thing, you know. But I love the diversity of wrap. Like my friend Michael from Wrap That. His
Okay.
cars.
Oh, yeah,
Plug him.
yeah, yeah.
What's his IG?
Wrap That.
Wrap that. Literally wrap that.
It's Wrap That.
Mike
That's
is an
it.
awesome dude. Awesome.
Awesome, humble guy.
Awesome dude.
Very, very humble guy.
Dude. And he
Very
does
nice.
some really nasty. I have
Look
to
at his
agree, the
wrap
guy
jobs on
does.
his cars and his customers' cars.
They fly
the-
him out and everything, bro.
Yeah,
He's nasty.
it's crazy. Like it is crazy.
Whenever I see a Wrap That car, I always look at the edges and the corners and the hard edges.
Perfected. He
Dude, it
perfected
looks like paint. He really does put his heart into it.
Yes.
He enjoys the shit out of it. From the little times I have worked with him, doing a few
he has a
projects.
passion for it. He doesn't see it as like a job. So
Yeah,
that makes
exactly.
a big difference when you are that anal about every tiny detail, like the corners. That means you really love what you're doing.
Yeah, he loves posting his corners on Facebook.
I've also
hard to
seen
do.
him do some door jams, and door jams suck because the door has to come off for that, and you have to realign it back up.
And be able to make sure it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
rub and keep messing up.
Dude, I gotta give him points on that one. Even when you take off that little hinge, I've seen wraps up to that. I'm looking at it tight. I get up on it. The person's looking at me like, "Can I help you?" I'm like, "I'm trying to see whether your wrap goes behind that." And they're like, "Oh yeah, no, yeah, it does." I'm just like, "Oh shit."
And they're not even rigid edges cut.
No,
It's
no.
perfect.
No.
It's still cut, even if you
Yep.
can never see it, but you can still run your fingers and know it's still straight, that cut.
Yeah.
It's not like it's just squirrely.
Squirrely.
You know, like, but yeah, he does a very. There are few good rap jobs out
Yeah,
there, other
yeah.
companies, but I am friends with him, so I know the quality and the person he is. If I was ever gonna get a rap job, he's my go-to.
Oh shit! Heard it here first. All right, so we went over that. Where do you stand on rare car parts? Do you think the one-offs are better than the I dug 6 years for this and through 80 forums and found the one guy in Japan with this one pair? Do you think that's like? Do you get extra points for a rarity of parts?
Yes,
I'm gonna
for
say
the rarity of the part because it's a lot of effort to go through.
I'm gonna say the
to
one word,
find that.
and I'm curious if you're gonna pick up on it or laugh at me. Ganador. The mirrors, the Ganador mirrors, $1,200 a pop.
It's a lot, but I think the whole rarity of it is pretty awesome
Okay.
because now you're putting history.
He was acting like I was an asshole when I spent that on my mirrors.
It's a little bit much, but
Thank you.
you
Don't
have
get
to
me wrong,
realize
it's good,
it's beautiful.
but
I felt
fuck, great.
But I'm saying he's thinking you could buy yourself a 200 mirror that does the same thing, looking mirror. But now you have to think about it. Now he could talk about the history of that
Yeah,
mirror.
and
So
the same way I've done that to him, he's done that to me on the BMWs because I have the heckle plate in the back from Hella.
see, but why did
Rare
you
as
do
hell.
that? Why didn't you just
Rare as
go the
hell.
other one?
Exactly. The tail light covers are coming from Slovakia. They're from like the 90s. I did the sunshade that hasn't been seen since like 90 something.
I know. No,
Trust me. What you spent in mirrors, I probably spent in total of all my rare parts I had to hunt down for the BMW.
The super made fucking Fender Canards. Jesus
The-
Christ.
Yes, that alone sucked to find. But see that's the thing, which a lot of shows don't do. I don't know if you've picked up on that or have seen it in the shows that you've gone to. That when it comes to the rarity of the part, it's just like
See,
nothing.
like some shows that I've judged, they do have a section of originality and
okay.
rarity of stuff. Like on my show, we have a categories of that thing, and I feel like a lot of shows should add more to it because the effort that you put in to find those rare parts and the
Is ignorant sometimes.
time you put into it, that should count for something because that's a passion that goes to your car.
That or stupidity. I don't know which one yet, to
I
be
think
honest.
it's both.
but-
I think we all just stupid
Because
we
holy
do
shit.
spend a lot of money on ridiculous, like little, like accent part, the interior
Knickknacks.
knickknack,
Man.
$500. This little piece is $500.
He just already. Oh, so
Yep.
in building this truck that I got, he showed me this fucking stupid sun visor that's made out of
The striker visor.
the striker visor that goes over the front. Instead of just, most people just throw a piece of vinyl or a tint like I got. But it's a visor that you're never going to be able to clean under, that you have to glue essentially onto the fucking car. And it's like the craziest thing. Anytime you see it in a forum, holy shit! And there's like 13 exclamation points, and like they're following everybody in the forums, following this guy, and
But it's the
it's
rarity.
It's a rarity,
stupid.
though.
Perfect example. I've been hunting for the BMW world. The ones that have E36s that listen. The cup holder,
Fuck you, cup holder.
fucking cup holder that goes inside of a glove box.
Hit up my friend from Motorcep. They might be able to help you.
Stop it right now. I'll talk
Yeah.
to you after the show. But, you know, it's one that I've been hunting for what, like 5 years now? But that's ignorant. That's stupid. It's so stupid. And I realize this. I realize that I
But
still
then
do it.
the effort you put in, you finally have
But
in
the
your
joy
hand.
that if some crackhead will be like, yeah, man, $200, I'm going to spend $200 on a stupid cup holder that goes in my glove box so I can have the big beepy when I get to the BMW show because nobody else with an E36 will have it. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's the thing.
I can't understand that about a cup holder. It
Yeah,
just
yeah.
doesn't make sense to me.
For
Because
BMW.
it's the stupidest, rarest thing. It's like the heckle plates. It's like
No, I know the heckle plates are rare because
the
I
rear sunshade that I told you about.
again, I've only seen it on your car. And listen, you can go through the whole 36ers lineup. The 36, sorry, I'm getting worked up. There's an entire team of E36s called the 36ers.
Yeah. Dope fucking cars.
If you see one heckle plate, that's a lot.
Yeah, they don't do it a lot. It's not a thing.
It's something that it's a rarity. But I get a lot of hate for the big wing. And to be honest, that
The big wang.
yeah, that, believe it or not, that was originally on a BRZ.
Yeah, I can see it.
I ordered that bash bar from Vectorworks. He made it for me. And then I got the big wing welded onto the bash bar. So that way it's part of the body. It's a chassis mounted big wing. And people are like, ew, you did this? Why would you fucking do that? Because Street Faction stopped selling them for... Street Faction made, I think, don't quote me on this one, way less than 30. And lo and behold, they did a lot more BRZ things and a lot more 240 things. But again, it's a niche. It's 350s. Most of the 350 guys don't want to spend the bread, or they're thinking to themselves, all right, I'll just lower it and put some wheels and I'm done.
Speaking about big wings, since you do the judging and all that shit, how do you go about judging the big wings that you see on the
How
cars?
it's sitting on the car, how
Okay.
the cutouts, because you have to cut through the bumper.
Okay.
Some people half-ass the cut, and you're just like, you just put a slit and that's it. So some people actually make a nice little
Design or
cut
something
and
to it,
stuff
right,
like that.
okay.
Some people put that rubber molding around it so
Okay.
the metals don't. Basically, that's it.
Okay. I always was curious about that because it was we would always go back and forth on because before the bumper and all that, he used to have a half bumper.
A tucked bumper. And then I got a half bumper.
A half bumper. Well, I'm talking about the half one.
Okay.
But I was always like, how would you go about judging a car that keeps technically their OEM rear bumper, but they literally just chop it right in half?
To have an exposed
Like, how would
exhaust.
you count that? Would you still count that as a?
It all depends how it's cut.
Oh, depends on how. Okay, so it comes
has
pretty
to-
much
yeah.
down to the cut line.
Now I got to
Quite
show her the
good.
picture
Okay.
and see how
So
where she
this
gauges
is
it.
this is one of the owners for Motorcep I was telling you about. He has a E30.
Oh, that thing is nice. Oh, Hellrot Red. World's most annoyingly expensive paint for no reason. That is nice. That is very nice.
I'm sure they could find you a cup
Oh,
holder.
definitely. That would be fucking dope as hell.
How would you have judged this? I'm pulling up the picture from my
Oh,
Instagram of the
that's
warehouse shoe.
The old one.
That's my old
The old
bumper.
build.
That's my same car, just before it got refaced.
See, the way I would judge is now is talk about cleanliness. How clean is it?
Oh no, the exhaust was polished
You know,
and there
everything.
was no rust.
So
and
that's beautiful. Some people don't do that. Now it makes the back look ugly because it's like you have this beautiful wing setup. You know, it looks nice, but when I look at it from the rear, it looks dirty.
Now,
So it ruins the look. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it really ruins the look. If some welding is just all over the place,
All
it
fucked up.
ruins the look. Now it's just
Okay.
like look-wise, the quality is down because the quality is not there.
Huh.
now going into the cleanliness stuff, because this is also something that's very old school.
I check on the wheel well.
Shit.
Fuck out of here, yo.
If
Get
it's
outta
an
here.
actual
Seriously?
show, if it's an actual full blown,
That's the only other person I've ever met.
Like Wake Fest and stuff. If I was a judge for
Mm.
them, I'm checking it. I'm putting on a glove and I'm checking it.
Yo.
I've done it for plenty of shows,
Okay,
right?
okay.
And
I used to like you. We were friends like 10 minutes ago.
I've had people come up to me. They're like, "Yo, I like that you checked that because it is. If you're in an indoor show, especially an indoor show,
Especially indoor show.
that means you're at top of the top, right? So the quality, the cleanliness, everything has to be
there.
the top of the top. It takes 2 seconds for you to clean under the wheel well, literally. If you could clean your wheels and tires, you could clean that too.
See, he thought I was bullshitting.
No.
He thought I was bullshitting.
It was a big thing back in
And
the days.
Because I know a lot of the old school judging. I know the guys from E-Judge.
They'll
that do
pull
all
out
the-
gloves.
that do the
They'll
E-
carry a white glove, put it on, and swipe their hands through.
I have a plan for that already.
And
When
if
I'm,
they like you that much, they're really gonna make you pop your hood and tell me no. They're gonna reach down a little bit just to see, just to fuck with you a
well,
little bit.
my plan is the second I see Ian pull out that white glove, I'm gonna ask to inspect it to see that it's not dirty first. The second he gives me that glove, I'm stuffing it right in my pants, and he's gonna have to fish it out. Otherwise, he can't do the test, right? Right? That's the deal now. Now
So you carry more. You don't just carry one.
Don't give him ideas. We're not gonna save him. He'll have to dig.
But no, I'm surprised because, like I said, it's a very, and people that hear the show, they'll send me messages or they'll stop me when they see. Really, cleanliness? People do that?
Yeah.
A lot of the shows don't.
Look at Hot Import Time in 2000. Even engine bay to the piping. You can swipe your fingers and you'll see
Those fuckers will
nothing.
touch your header. They'll touch your
Nothing.
header for
Yeah.
no reason.
Back in the
It's a header. Even if you didn't even touch it, let's say it was your stock header, a fucker would have been wiped down at least.
even exhaust tip. They expect you to clean it once you're parked.
And
Judging was
and
crazier back then.
She's not even talking about just the tip. No,
Okay,
inside.
Inside, like
they'll do the-
inside the tip.
And they'll do the quick thing and just look.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll just look at you with the chain.
The face, just so you know, he's doing a hand gesture like if he was a gyno, and with the two fingers. No hand, no nothing, just dry fingers in the exhaust. That's the hand gesture he's making.
That's what it used to be. And again, you always laugh at me
Yeah, that's how it used
from
to
the
be.
stories. But I used to drench in sweat because I would be cleaning my truck for 3.5 hours.
After you cleaned it at home.
After I cleaned it at home and I tape
There's
it
a
up.
guy, I think he's in Cali, or he was at Wake Fest this last year with the G, the baby blue G.
Okay.
Okay, I saw pictures of it. Yes.
I'll use him as an example. He cleans that car to the point where he's putting mirrors underneath that car to show how clean and how the polish work that he has. For you to keep polish clean,
Underneath?
you literally need to go in. And if you look at his presentation at shows, clean.
But is he a best of show person?
He won.
That was shut down pretty quick. Yes, he won.
But
He won.
look at that. Look at the presentation, the cleanliness, the setup of his car.
All right, since we're on presentation, how do you prefer the vehicles? With the hood propped open, just the windows down, trunk open? What do you?
Everything. I would like everything open because when you're judging, we're looking at everything. Under the hood, interior, trunk setup, everything. Because I always say when I was a judge, when people go, oh, it's dirty, under my hood is dirty, I'll go, all right, now think of it this way. Would you rather have 1 point or 0 point?
One.
You not opening that hood, automatically 0. But you at least opening and showing me there's something, 1 point.
Yeah. Which is why I always tell you, just quick wipe down. You don't have nothing in your engine bay? Who gives a fuck? But as long as you're clean.
Yeah, just wipe it down.
Okay.
I'm giving you little keys how to get extra points.
Damn, I can't believe this.
Yeah, every points matter when it comes to judging.
It's so wild to hear it from somebody else. Because listen, I talk to you all day and we bullshit all day.
I know. It's a different animal when you're getting it from me. We've known each other already for a while now, and I've been telling you all the stories. What I've been trying to do is mentally prepare you, because nobody prepared me. That's it. When everybody new comes in the team, I prepare them mentally. Yo, they may
And
never
that's
do it. They may do
great.
30 shows with me. And not one motherfucking show they're gonna clean their fucking wheels. But you know what? I sleep fine at night because at least I told them. So if it were to happen and they don't do it, I can be like,
Did you clean your wheels? Oh, that's where you lost points.
because, like I said, been there, done that, and I got the fucking t-shirt. Because I've missed that fucking thing, and I've been cleaning everything and forget the simplest fucking thing, and luck of the fucking guy, that's where the fucking guy goes, sticks his finger and goes, you miss a spot. Mm-hmm. Bro, I can go like this to my shirt and take the fucking and you're gonna come at me with, you missed the spot?
Why do you think back in the days of rolling in for cars were like 2-3 hours before the show starts?
Thank you.
Because they will spend 2-3 hours to clean that car.
And like I said, you haven't really seen like me in action. Like, don't
Let's
talk
put
to
it
me.
work this year.
Don't talk to me. When I'm getting the car like blue ready in Carlisle, Amanda knows. She just goes and sits because I ain't talking to nobody. I'm just like sprays behind me in my pockets like a janitor and my microfiber. I'm like,
bringing his
let's go in gloves.
Batman
Dale,
belt.
let's go. It's a utility belt. Wheels, body. Like it's a for me it's a science already, and I've narrowed down so many years of cleaning blue from like 3.5 hours down to like an hour and a half. But it's still an hour and a half of cleaning. And mind you, and last year I put her on the trailer, and I still took that long.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. Ooh, where do you stand on trailer queens versus driven to the show? Do you respect the driven to the show more than a trailer queen? Ooh, I got you.
That's a good one. I think we got her on that one.
Yeah, it's like, I love when people drive their cars. You know, like, drive your car. Isn't that what it's meant for?
But do you think that the trailer queen should be classed as the same class as a drive-in car? Although they're both like, let's say they're both called an extreme. You get two CRVs side by side. One guy drove it in, and it's maxed out to the balls, and the other guy drove it on a trailer, backed it off, parked next to this guy.
I think it should be respected both ways. Doesn't matter. As long as like when we come to judging, right? I give a little bit of leeway with people that actually drove their car.
Right.
Because I know they're gonna have nicks of the hood, like, so I can't really deduct something like
Right,
that
right,
because they literally drove it here. You know, they could do the tape all they want, but like end of the day, things when you're driving, things fly at you, rocks, anything could happen. Bugs. So the cleanliness to a garage queen, to call it, you know, it's not going to be up to the par. Paint is not going to be up to the par, but it also depends on the show.
Right.
If you're gonna let's just say we're gonna use two RX-7s. One's kept in the garage and one's driven, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, the paint is
On
gonna
the
be
garage,
better
gonna
on the
be way
garage,
better.
right?
Yeah.
But if they're both going for the same show, right, and it's that high criteria judging, the guy with the paint, right, the damaged paint, shouldn't expect that they're gonna win something that's garage kept top tier paints.
Okay, that's
You
fair.
know,
That's very fair.
because
Yeah.
quality is not 100%.
Exactly.
You know, like, but that's why it depends on the show. I say people should pick and choose the correct show, and not get hurt because you lost someone because they have a better paint job than you.
Oh shit, you're right.
You know,
Makes sense.
Door cards. I've had this debate with several people, not so much with you.
No, I'm kind of iffer.
Door cards are something, it's basically a sheet of metal that somebody's made to fit inside their car. And it's fully functional where there'll be switches and a handle and so on and so forth, but it,
More race inspired.
yes.
It's a more race inspired look. But I can see where he's gonna probably go with this. So,
like on the door.
so I'm gonna cut you in there. What would be your take on, let's say for example, the guy that takes the door panel, two-tones it, or gives a diamond stitch, right?
Okay.
Versus the one that removes the door panel and does this door card. Like I said, most of these door cards are like sheets of aluminum
or just a sheet of carbon. It is made fit to the door, but like I said,
Oh,
there-
no, I know exactly what you're talking
Okay,
about.
so
like the
exactly, like-
racing for
exactly. It's
weight
the,
reduction.
like I said, rate reduction. It really is more race inspired. Just the show side is kind of like taking some of their ideas and kind of running with it. But what would be like your, I guess, judging style when it comes to that, compared to like I said, the guy that puts the stitching or and whatnot on a door panel
That's
versus
cool
that.
though.
Do you think that would beat out?
Let me see a picture of that.
Hold on. It's
Okay.
just piece final.
Okay, so no, that's cool.
Do you think that would beat out a diamond stitched door insert versus that? What I'm showing her right now is a door card wrapped with the ocean vinyl.
Well, to be fair, if it just has normal stitch, like diamond plate stitching, I would assume the door card with a graphic on it would outweigh it.
Yeah, 100%.
But if you were to do a door panel with the suede or the diamond stitch, you
Let's-
add a fucking TV in there.
Hold on, let's use Master John
and
as an
and
example.
like RGB lighting.
Hold on, give me a second. Let me talk. Let's use Master John as an example. Have you ever seen the inside of his doors? He has hex stitched green that matches the exterior, and it's different textile materials,
His car is nice.
along with carbon fiber inserts. But let's not forget that is the OEM interior door panel versus something like this where it's an aftermarket part that's modified. Where do you stand? What's your take
So
on
when it comes to judging wise, that R35, end of the day, will have more points only because there's more customization to it because you're adding little accents to change up the whole look of the OEM interior.
All right, I'm not getting door cards now. I've been looking at those for I can't tell
But
you how
you
long.
have to realize now that becomes a custom point. You see, when it comes to that's me. That's how run my judging sheet. Now he's gonna have more custom points because that's a full custom work. Next to you're taking an original OEM part and adding different, textures.
Okay,
so
that's fair.
Where do you want to go with point wise? Where do you want to shoot the point wise? Do you want to go more of custom, right, or
Modified.
modified?
Shit. Okay, no, that's a fair take. I've been leaning towards door cards for a while now because
That's really nice though.
yeah, it's simple, it makes sense, it gives you space within the car, it takes off weight, it makes sense for me to do it. It's too easy not to do. But then I see something like his and I'm just like, I want something like that.
I like that one better though. Only,
Like I said, if you can, as long as you don't leave it the raw aluminum, is pretty much what it comes down to.
Okay, that's fair.
Which again, you do a plain aluminum door card, and then you just do plain another door panel that just has two-tone on it. The two-tone's gonna outweigh it. 'Cause it's more effort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To stitch it, do it, stick it, put it back on. The other one was just remove the door panel, put the new one on.
Okay. All right.
let me show you this one. Like, to me, I feel like that look. To me, in my preference wise,
Right.
I like that.
It's
look better.
eye-catching, but it also isn't just a plain door card that's just been slapped on.
Exactly. Let's see if I can
Maybe we
find.
can throw a TV in there.
That's part of a Z, just so you see it.
No, I noticed. I could just tell by the shape of the.
The ugly door.
Let me see. I have to, since we're talking about this design.
No, go for it. That would look cool, actually.
It would look really nice.
Somebody
to
took
be
a comic
honest.
strip and printed out the vinyl.
How to just so like.
JDM.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like that look. I really like it because anyone could change up a stitching. Take a fabric,
Yeah.
That one you have to put some thought on it, make sure the line's right. Everything's still working, because all the wiring and all that stuff. It can't be messy. Your straps can't be just in a random spot. So there's more thought into that, making
Yes.
sure it fits right, looks right, doesn't rattle and all that. Next to, I'm gonna take this fabric off and
Put this
stitch
on.
another fabric on it, that's
Okay.
already there molded.
Like I said, it comes down to, what it usually always comes down to, it has to flow with the outside of the car.
And there has to be
And the
effort
theme,
behind
the
it.
theme
The
of the
theme.
car.
And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to really be anything crazy, but it's harder with you with the way the Z is now because you have a modern look, but you've also taken a very 80s, 90s
Mini truck and vibe.
mini trucking vibe. So it's hard to justify where to really go with a theme with you. Because you can follow the tribal quote unquote artwork to a certain degree, but you can't overdo it. Because
Yeah,
it takes
no.
away from your outside.
Correct.
So it comes down to what design can you really do on the inside.
A giant Team C4 banner.
No. We have to get a little bit more creative than
Giant Firehouse Frenzy banner.
Do it.
Will I be a
I
best of show
approve.
then?
Yeah, got you. Extra points.
But let's see, what else? What else can we?
Dude, I'm throwing my whole arsenal at her and she's knocking it all out. I can't figure it out.
Now I gotta go back. What do you remember? Like your first hot import nights?
Yeah.
You ever went to-
2001.
2001. That's
That's
the one
my
you did?
first show ever. It was Hot Import Night. I'll
What
never
car
Where?
forget it.
Wait, where?
I think it was in
What,
North
Sea-
Jersey.
What? Sea Caucus?
I don't remember. The location. I think it might have been like PA or North Jersey when they first had it.
Okay,
It was
okay.
more down there.
And what do you remember the car that stood out to you the most?
The Eclipse.
No shit. Okay.
Yeah, I remember. It was a GSX.
Mm-hmm.
This is an all-wheel drive, and just something about it. It was the bright green before Fast and Furious.
Okay.
So it was a bright green, and it's polished. Remember back then, polish was
Yeah,
the
polish
look.
used to be the thing. Carbon fiber wasn't
The
even
engine
like
bay
carbon fiber didn't even
was
exist.
polished.
Shit.
All the tubes, everything was polished.
The show that stuck out for me when I first did my Hot Import Nights was here in Sea Caucus. And this is when Hot Import Nights used to do, like, their indoor shows would be called HIN for Hot Import Nights, and their outside shows would be called Import Revolution, or Import Rev for short. I remember going with my dad to my first Hot Import Nights with my truck. I didn't know my ass from my elbow, but whatever. I got in, it was my first show. I parked behind a Toyota 4Runner
Ooh,
that had crazy tribal paint. The headlights were etched, the inside, the taillights were etched, and it had marble floors.
Yeah, but now you do all that headlight stuff.
Yeah. You see how that comes around? But anyway. No, marble floors. House, marble floors, in the fucking
it
4Runner.
was like the Pimp My Ride era.
Yeah, but
Like,
those
that
cars
was-
were show winners.
And I remember, like, that truck stood out to me even to this day as one of the wildest trucks I have ever seen in my life. Ever. To physically add tile. The whole thing was painted blue with white, crazy tribal artwork. And the marble in the inside of the floor was blue with
My
white.
friend's 240. He has that exact thing. But look, it flows with the whole entire car.
That's nice.
I like that a
See?
That is
lot.
nice.
Look at it. Look at this.
That's
whole
from
car.
different visions.
That is very clean.
See, it flows with that look of the whole entire car.
Because he has that track-inspired car.
But he has
Now
a track
think about
inspired
it,
build.
If he
Yeah.
had the OEM thing, it will ruin the whole look of the
It
car.
would take away from it.
Because
you're
then
right.
it's just like, that's why you have to stick with the theme that you're going with. You could add whatever you want, but is it going to look right?
That's what it comes down to. Really.
All right, so me and Sonic both have a hard time pinpointing what my theme actually is. And of course, it's a race-inspired JDM type feel. What would you say my build actually is more geared towards versus anything else? If you had to throw a finger on it.
We're going to find a good picture.
Yeah, I'm just, what would you say my theme is? Because I really don't think I have a theme. It's just wild shit that I've been throwing at this car. Hey, don't be shy, grab it.
I've seen your car in person.
I know, but do you think it's more of a JDM vibe? Do you think it's more of a track vibe? Do
You
you
know
think
what
it's-
you know what the cool
It's-
thing
it-
is? If you know how back in the days when Need for Speed, remember Need for Speed?
Yes, it does have that vibe.
It has
Yes.
that vibe. Just throw a nice
Like
cool
the M3.
vinyl.
Like the M3 on the cover.
Yeah,
it has that vibe.
So like it has that vibe. It's like it has that old gaming vibe.
So what I'm hearing is I need a Xbox or a PlayStation inside the car.
That was going to happen regardless. You swore I was going to let that slide. See,
Oh, you're gonna show me the M3?
Without you noticing, but put the two together.
Oh, it's close. It's close.
See, and that's
Show her.
That's the theme.
The overall,
yeah, that.
you by mistake,
Did that.
did a
I
like
think you
if
should keep
like
going
if
with
like if a
it.
12-year-old took his dad's credit card and bought all the mods from like
No,
the,
that's me. I'm the 12-year-old, bro.
from the
I'm
PlayStation
growing up.
store
It's like
for the mods of
it's
the
like,
car. You just fucking threw everything. That's what they would do.
Like all like the older crowd be like, yo, that gives me the old school gaming vibe.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm gonna have to do it.
Do it.
Where do I put my TV?
Don't worry about that. We'll figure that out.
Put a disco
No, I have
ball.
spaces.
I'm thinking about top of the hatch.
I have ideas. Don't worry.
Okay. No,
I'm
no,
not,
as
I'm
long as
not
you
worried.
got something.
I'm not worried. If I stuck 20 TVs in my Trailblazer, you're fine. Trust me, you're fine.
This mother-
I like that the early 2000s styles is back. The graphics on the side.
The crazy graphics are coming back. The underglow. The underglow
I
was the
love
first
it.
stuff I got very excited when I started seeing that back because
Oh, hold on. I just
What?
I want to give a big fuck you to somebody.
Damn, okay.
Yeah. L&Q vinyls, they do decals. Your transfer tape is fucking garbage. That non-dry application that you have to fucking do soapy water on the side of it, fuck you.
wait, what? What did I miss?
Right? Like you just went from 0 to 100 real quick.
All right, so this last weekend that passed, me and D'Angelo had
Oh, the rock you did the job.
a Cadillac truck, and this guy wanted this particular vinyl. I'm like, all right, well, buy it from somebody reputable, and that's where he got it from. And the transfer tape on it was dog shit. The negative areas, what you're supposed to do is put clear vinyl in the negative areas so that way it all lays nice. No, nothing. It was just black. I'll pull this piece of shit up. Here, take it.
I can see that. I can see you're angry.
Yeah.
I can see you're
Laying
definitely.
it was a motherfucker.
I can
And
see
then-
you're angry from that.
Hold on, and then in the group chat, we have somebody talking about, yeah, I'm gonna do a livery. I'm like, dude, make sure it's a wet app if you're gonna do it, that the negative spaces have clears. And I had to message him off to the side on this.
But going back to like the old school coming back,
Love it.
like I said, I got excited when I started seeing all the underbodies.
The body kiss.
Because the underbodies became such a quote unquote ricer thing to do that nobody was doing them
2 years
anymore.
ago, you would have called the rice.
Exactly. And
This was
now
in the
everybody's
warehouse,
like
obviously.
jumping on it. Or
Why does it look like that?
Because that's what he wanted.
is that the X? Is that
Yes, he wanted
No,
a
but I
giant
could
fucking
tell the
X.
because he was
quality of
excited for the new
vinyl
Fast and the
is
Furious
not
movie. I
there.
keep
That
telling
was
you
a
this.
$200 vinyl.
You can see the quality is
Thank
not
you.
there.
Thank you.
Just if
You
the
feel better
pictures
now?
is showing that, I can only imagine how it looks in person.
Pissed I was laying that with D'Angelo? I want to set the whole car on fire.
Oh
Burn it
my
all down.
gosh. Take the torch.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what else has been coming back slowly.
Body kiss.
Body kits, yes, you're right. Because after a while, body kits were like the terrible thing to do. Everything was a lip kit.
Literally
You-
2 years ago.
you were
could
cool
talk
with a lip
about it.
kit. You were cool with a lip kit.
Or
That
wide
was it.
body.
Or a wide body. That was it.
Canards, wide body. That was it.
Oh,
You had a body
Yep.
kit, they made fun of you. They're
made
like,
fun of you.
"Now Look
They
at the
made fun of you
ricey
hard."
thing. Now look at you.
yeah.
You're looking for body kits.
Like I said, I'm waiting for spinners to come back.
Oh my God.
People laugh at me.
Down
Spinners,
south
bro?
is still a thing.
Like, yeah, down south, forget about it. With the
It's
Don
a whole
community.
different scene. I
Hold
love
up.
it.
Such a crazy
There's
thing.
a Hummer in town with spinners, a yellow Hummer, and it's owned by this old white guy.
I love it.
The first time I seen it, I had to roll down my window. I was like, "You just did that?" He was like, "Yeah, isn't it fucking cool, spinners?" I'm like, "Bro, fucking props, man."
It's
No,
so
that's
cool.
that's what I'm waiting for to come back.
I want to be surprised. I would not.
Only thing I'm missing, because like I said, it's underglows, the body kits,
Vinyls, stickers.
the stickers, now the side graphics or quote unquote liveries now, the nicer name for them. Clear tail lights.
What do you see coming back next? I
Yeah,
know.
What's
TVs.
your take? What's your take on
TVs.
it?
I know Casanova's blown up the Lamborghini doors, and he's kind of been the lead over here for the Lamborghini doors.
Yeah.
Shout out
I
Casanova.
think TV's coming back. Installing TVs and headrests and stuff.
Because that's also something I have not seen in. I mean, I'm good. I got 22, so come at me, bro.
I think it is because you have to think about a lot of people are replacing their original screens to like Tesla screens or
Yeah.
That's what I did.
full-blown iPad screens.
That's what I did.
If that's the direction people are going, now think about
It's
it.
only a
Start
matter of time.
adding TVs and headrests or adding TVs on drops. I think TV is gonna be the next modification.
I would say
of
start
interior
stocking up on
designer.
monitors now, because if the trend picks up, prices do too. Because right now I can get 7 inches for like dirt. Oh, dirt.
I'll give you 7 inches.
But I think
It's only
look,
10 o'clock. Why not?
just by looking at the flow, everyone's doing exterior changes. But you have to think about it. All the changes, it's not really a change. It's 90s and 2000s. Now, what happened in 90s and 2000? Audio, visual, putting system in the trunk. I started seeing PlayStations going in the trunk now.
Yeah.
If that's already starting, hands down, TV. TV is going to be a thing now.
Yep.
I want to know where you stand on all the crazy aero. Because I've been watching people put like 13 canards on their car, and then like they get the canards on the rear fender, like where the splat guards go. And okay, granted, I'm one of those jerk offs with the big wing with the giant fucking end caps that are embroidered, I guess you could say, or etched. Guilty. Where do you stand on the giant arrow?
I like canards, but for the purpose of it. The whole purpose of canards for the air.
Downforce.
The downforce of the thing. A lot of people just do it for the looks, and then when they put it on, they don't even put it on the right directions.
I didn't think anybody else noticed that, but I'm glad you said it out loud.
They just throw it on because they think it just goes on the side, not realize there is a whole purpose of
why is that Z
canards.
upside down?
It's for people that tracks their cars, that needs that downforce, and there's a whole purpose of it. There are people there just throw it in, and they're just like, but they don't have a track look. Now you just threw off the look of your car.
That
Yes.
shit kills me.
Yes.
I noticed that. I'm like, yo,
If your track, because see the thing is, a lot of people, not a lot, but there's a few in the community that like, they don't want to go fast, but they like the fast look.
but that's the look
But that's
they're going
fine.
for. Yeah.
But that's fine. It's just I don't know. I think overboard, would that be a good word?
Yeah.
You're putting too much into
Like
something.
yeah,
that
it's like
shouldn't be there.
too much that shouldn't be there. Like a little, like if you take a little bit off the top, you'll be tits.
enough.
Just perfect for whatever theme or look you're trying to go for. But I do think sometimes they do get crazy, like, Christ almighty, Elon Musk is a pussy compared to you. You'll land to the moon quicker than the Falcon X. Like holy shit. Like downforce is like, you sit in the car, you're like, on the ground. Like it's the dumbest shit. Like, but like I said, I think too much of it is what people like lose track of. So, it's one of those things. But I don't know. That's just
It's
my
like
take on
you
it.
know those that Miatas and those thing with that exhaust tips.
The Bozuzo
Bozuzo exhaust.
tips,
Yeah,
the
but
blast
some
pipes.
people
yes.
don't do it
I love
properly.
those.
No, I love it. I love it.
They look
but
dope as
some
hell
people
with the right
don't
ones.
do it properly. They just do it who got the longest. Not realizing
It's not about the length. It's about what you do with it, all right?
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I
Like
appreciate you as a
I
person.
love it. I love it. I think it's such an exotic look to it. Like
It
it's just
is
like
a very cool look. It is a very cool
it is a
look.
calf killer. You know.
It is a cool, but you know what? Again, maybe not the shows that we've done too. I have not seen too much of that
I would love to see more of it.
in the actual Bozuzoku builds.
Yeah,
I have
like
not
a
seen. That has been slowly trickling. Like again, I haven't been able to see it at an actual like real life. Holy shit, a real Bozuzoku build. I don't know why. I don't know why that hasn't.
it's out
that's
there.
crazy arrow. That's fucking crazy arrow. Like,
Heavy
that's,
body.
That's a fucking crazy arrow that you can stand on. And it won't crack. You know what I mean? And the wheels aren't 3-piece.
No, they're monoblocks.
They're monoblocks, but they're like 13s
Yeah.
with the skinniest baby tire on a bicycle that you can ever imagine.
yeah.
But it looks good. And they drive it like this. And then the crazy Bozuzoku and the wing that, forget about it. It's
I love
ignorant.
it. I love that.
But I'm
look.
surprised that hasn't been seen or done more here.
There's one in Jersey.
I was about to say there is
Is there really?
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
One.
It's a
There one
sedan, right?
Bozuzoku build. No shit.
I think so.
I mean, I would
don't
hope so
know.
because
What color
technically
did
they
you
are.
see it in? Mine, the one I seen was brown and white.
I was about to say it's like a tannish.
Yeah,
color.
it's like a
Okay, so you guys definitely
like
saw
an
the-
It's
oatmeal.
like a
You guys saw the same one.
Yes.
sandy color. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
I think. Is it a sedan? I thought it was a coupe.
I seen him at a Panda Fest.
That's where I saw him.
No shit. Okay, so you guys are definitely talking about the same
Yeah.
car then. So that there really
Beautifully
is. So
done.
there is one Bozuzoku.
Yeah.
At least around here in the area, I guess. Oh, I wish I could see. I wish I could see more of that because, like, again, I see the YouTubers
Maintaining it is a fucking mission.
just like our cars now.
All right, so I'm gonna give you. Because I had to stop and ask, where do you fucking park this thing? How does it all work? He's explaining to me that the car from rear bumper
It's like 4 or 5 feet longer.
to the front of the
Technically,
chin
right?
is 16 feet. That's as long as my truck is. And that's a pickup.
Yeah.
I
I'm telling
da- I
they're-
dare
when
you
they
to
go,
rear end
They
me.
go in.
Yeah, no, you lose. You lose.
And he drives it? He drives it to the
Yeah.
show?
He drove it. He drove it in.
That's props.
Yeah, he
That's
drove
props.
like a regular
'Cause,
car.
Yo,
He is bagged.
oh, he is bagged?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So he took some modern cues. Because the Bozuzoku guys, they don't.
No.
They're like bags.
No.
But okay, so there is one. But again, I wish that theme
I just
would
opened
be. You would see it more, considering everybody's like, "Oh my God, JDM."
No.
A lot of people don't realize it's JDM, that look. They just think
crazy.
Some people are so like very uneducated, like we were talking about earlier.
Closed-minded.
Yeah. So they just think it's just something they just do for kicks and giggles, not realizing the origin
There's an
of
actual
it.
like theme
Yeah,
to it,
there's a
like an
whole-
actual backstory to
Yeah,
it.
and now people think it, so people don't respect it. They're just like make fun of it. I see more people making fun of those
Oh, the
than
keyboard
actually respecting it because they don't know the history behind it. And that's what's wrong with the car society now. No one's educating anybody anymore.
It sucks because, like I said, before Instagram, one, you had to work harder to get your car out.
Forums. Yeah, all we cared about is forums.
Forms. You were the king of the
Forums.
forms, and if your car, truck, whatever the fuck was modded to the balls, you're pretty much a moderator. You're pretty much like the guy to go to. You have DMs there every day, every night, and you'll do group buys there from like certain companies, and that's how companies
You
will
want
make you the
parts,
custom
you
parts.
go to forums.
You go to the
like,
forums.
You can,
But the respect was there.
yeah, because you're not showing off your car. You're showing off your educated.
Whatever the fuck you did to your car. Granted, there's always gonna be,
The
there's always
hater.
been that one asshole. There's always been that one special kid. You know what I mean? But overall, the respect was a lot more. It was shown a lot more. Even though it was forums. You gotta remember, it was just reading.
Because there's more
threads back and
communications
forth.
back then. There was more people talking amongst each other. Now we kind of stay in our own clique.
Yes.
That's why I say a lot of shows nowadays, they look like high school cafeterias. That's how I call it.
Yeah. You're not
Because
wrong. You're not
you
wrong
walk
from it.
in, everyone stays in their own
And
little
one
clique.
little I've
and
seen
then
very
no
few
one
people.
talks among each other anymore. I'm going to just hang out with my friends and that's it.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true.
See, I think that's the beautiful part at Firehouse Frenzy. You had different visions over by us. I was over by the kid with the Abrath. That's how I got to meet the kid with the 240. Casanova. I sat there and bullshitted with all of them, and that's when I got to talking to the super guys. And then I got to pick the guy's brain with the, I don't even know if it's really a GTR, the white Skyline. I don't know if it's a true GTR.
Skyline.
It's just a Skyline, right? I didn't know if it was a GTS.
I'd rather it be called a Skyline than a GTR.
all
So
day.
it looks, it
It's still
sounds
good,
better.
still winning, still
End
winning
of
my
the
book.
day.
Still, I had no idea where he came up with the idea for that front bumper and how he decided to do it up that hard. That's an aggressive fucking look. And the side skirt with the scoop in it, you never see that shit no more. That's a big one for me. He also had, out of the trunk, it was like, here, hold on. Give me a second. I'll pull the fucker
You're
up.
gonna pull.
Hell yeah.
I think I posted up the picture.
No, but even then, thanks to Instagram at least, because Casanova Ray for a while.
Yeah.
I just had known him from like Instagram, and so did Amanda. But literally, Firehouse Frenzy was the first time we ever got to meet like face to face, and we all started talking about our Cadillacs,
Really?
which was cool as hell. Because again, it's one of those things you don't know
Yes.
the people only from online. Oh, okay, I remember the car now.
And the RX-3 that came.
Yes.
Jeez.
No, it was a good lineup. It was a very good lineup that showed up. It was a very
This.
good lineup that showed up.
On his rear,
Yep.
On
Remember it now.
on his trunk, he had exhaust holes.
And it's just something you don't see anymore. Those two holes there, were they functional? No. But did it look fucking fly? Yes.
All day.
Yeah.
That is a nice exhaust setup. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, it's a really, very nice car.
God damn.
That was the one thing I was like, I have to go see that. And I must have, I'd done 3-4 laps around it before I was like, all right, I'm being weird.
I'm a little stalkish.
Yeah, no.
Such a nice guy. He would talk to
Oh,
you
no, he
about
was
it.
No shit, really.
Yeah, that's one thing a lot about I want to try to target in my shows. Everyone could just talk among each other,
Yeah, get away from the phone for a little bit.
right? That's why I try to incorporate a lot of activity for kids. That's missing a lot in shows.
That's also another thing. We are very correct on that.
They don't target kids, not realizing they're the new generation.
They're the new generation
The
coming
future.
up.
And
you
if
will.
the
Yeah,
kid, end
yeah.
of the day, if the kid don't want to go to the show and they can't find someone to watch it, are they coming to the show? No.
Absolutely not.
That's one more car you lose.
Why can't
Yep.
you make it enjoyable for the kids where they're like, next time, like, I want to go to the next Firehouse Frenzy. You know, they had a bounce house. Oh my gosh. Like, you know, they're not just sitting around doing absolutely nothing and just
No, it's
staying
true.
around. Like, shows are long. Like, it's long. It's not an hour or two.
People that are outside this car world underestimate
How
when
long
you
it
tell
is.
them, because they're like, oh, so how many people do we know that'll come up to us like, hey man, let me know when you're like nearby so we can go check out the show. I was like, you sure you guys want to do that? You guys prepared for that?
It's like,
They think it's like an hour thing and everybody goes back home.
it's not cars and coffee.
No.
You know, like, that's just it's a full-blown show. And especially,
You look
show
at it,
starts
it's
at
pretty
12.
much like a work day.
You
if
guys
you
are
think
there
about
at
it.
like 9 o'clock in the morning,
Yep.
even if the show starts at 12. So your day starts at 9. No, your day starts at 7 because now you have to wake up, prepare everything, clean
the
your
cars-
car,
yeah.
everything. So it's a long
Before you know
day,
it, it's literally a work day. You're not getting paid for it.
right?
That's what
You're
it
just
comes
doing
down
it 'cause
to.
you love it.
But exactly, it's one of those
That's
things.
what you're getting paid for.
Yeah,
The love,
exactly.
being around what you love.
Very true.
You know, talking to people that has the same similarities of what your passion is about it. You know.
And like, you know what it sucks too is that I've been seeing it more and more the last few years is that we're a dying breed, so to speak.
Kind of.
And I don't
yeah.
mean that in the sense of like the OGs, like we're fucking dinosaurs in that aspect. I'm talking about like the car community of, and asterisk on that is not the fuck boys. They're their own clowns.
Yeah.
I'm not even wasting my time, but I meant the actual like, you know, busted knuckles, the ones that put the work in their cars. They want to get out there with their cars. They want to show. They want to compete. Do you feel the same way? You
Yeah.
as doing judging in the shows
I
and all
remember
that?
people used to try to go to any show they could go because
Mm-hmm.
it was. Now they pick and choose of what certain show they're gonna go because some shows is about the quality, not the quantities instead of the quality of it.
Right.
And why go to that? Why go to that show when I could see it at a car meet?
Thank you.
You know, like that's why a lot of cars don't show to those shows. Like they don't waste their time.
So why am I going to spend 40
just
here
saw
if
you
I can do it
Friday
for
night.
free?
You know, I just saw you
at-
Friday
At
night.
like the parking lot of
But I have
BJ's
to
wholesale.
pay now $25 to go. Now it's not even $25. It's like $30, $40 to
yup,
get it
yup.
in as a spectator, and then you're charging $50, $60 just to enter your car in,
Mm-hmm.
and like for something I could have saw Friday night.
Yeah,
You're 100% right.
that's where I believe car shows have taken a hard hit, and you'll probably agree with me just because you do the show
Yeah.
stuff. All the car meets have killed single-handedly. Have been,
Quality car meets are not there no more.
no, I haven't seen that. Now we're gonna go a little bit on the old school side. Before car meets, they used to be called cruise nights.
It was just like a dozen of us. Meet up, cruise somewhere, chill
And even still
out.
then, you'll probably still show up at a lot, pay $2. You know, a food truck will come. It was like a mini show. It was a mini show. Like it would be our quote unquote pre-gaming for the show coming up on that weekend.
Oh.
It would be during the week, like a Tuesday night, a
Yeah, it
Wednesday
was
night.
like a random day, like just a random day, just to
All
get
the cars
together.
showing up, everybody was gonna go, chill and hang out, have a little mini show, talk some shit, and then go home. But that Friday, we'll be seeing everybody all over again. Now I'm talking about like crew to cruise and you know, the area of all the custom cars. Because you gotta remember, we can be C4, they can be different visions for sake of argument. The other one can be whoever else.
Silk City.
Silk City, yeah. But we're all in the same. We're traveling the same pack.
Yeah, so it's like we've seen you guys already. What's
You know what I mean? But it used to be like the pregame. Oh, we go to a cruise night, go have fun, whatever. But Boom, Friday, everybody goes to the show. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Like I said, I am very confused on how and where the car meet thing got morphed to from the cruise night. Because
And car meet back then, when we used to do car meet, it was among our friends.
yeah,
You
it wasn't
know,
even like strangers.
Like,
it was
yeah,
like,
it was like a dozen of us that,
Literally,
and
you're-
then they bring their mutual friends, obviously, and we just hang out.
But again, it's social media. Same thing with where is it by the Starbucks?
It became a
Edgewater.
popularity contest, a car meet.
yes,
Let's use Edgewater as an example. Edgewater used to be the shit.
that used to be the spot Thursdays.
And now you have these clapped out cars showing up just because they saw the flyer on Instagram. They go to do a donut and fuck everything up for everybody else. And now I wind up with $400 in tickets going home.
Yeah, like in New York, we had Hunts Points. I don't know.
Oh
if you-
yeah, Hunts Point.
Back
yeah,
in the
yeah.
days, we used to get no harassments. Everyone just hung out, played music, just hang out, like a big party. It's like a nice big party. Cops never. Now it's chaos.
Well, that's because people are fucking sending it.
Oh no, only because now they started broadcasting on Instagram,
That's
on
the shit.
Facebook. Back then, we all knew Hunts Point Friday night, 9 p.m.
Yeah,
be
if-
there.
If the only way you would show up at Hunts Point is because you knew
Yeah,
somebody that was going,
yeah, that's
and they
it.
told you. Yeah, because even back then, like group texts weren't even a thing.
No,
Nextels were a thing.
it started off. A group of people started hanging out there. Cops didn't bother them. Now
Yeah.
they told their friends, "Yo, Friday night, 9 o'clock. This is where we're gonna be hanging out." And that's how the word became. Now it's chaos. Now it gets shut down. They don't even do it anymore because it got overpopulated because of social media.
But not even that. It's just, well, I mean, you've seen the stupid takeover videos. Let's be for real.
That,
Let's dig into that.
Fucking Christ! Like, holy shit! What is your?
I hate it.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you all next week.
It's the worst.
I hate it. It ruins the whole community only because, let's just say they did it in Elizabeth, right? Not only you're messing up with normal car enthusiasts, they can't even drive down the street without getting harassed.
Yep.
Because you just ruined the relationship between a cop and the cars.
Uh-huh.
Now you can't even drive feeling you're safe anymore. And you're not even you don't even respect the thing. You don't
Yep.
even you like totally against takeover. But since now you're a modified car, they did that.
They
in your
already look at
town,
you weird.
You're already judged in a negative way.
Yep. Very true. Very
Cops
true.
used to respect it. There's a lot of cops in the car scene. A
A lot more than what people realize.
Yeah, not realize there's a lot. But there's so much they could do to protect the scene when you're ruining it.
Hold on.
True.
I also want to stop to say there's 4 New York cops that do the no hezzy bullshit in and out of traffic and the LIE and across the bridges, and because they're driving their M4s and all 4 of them have an M4 and they're parked in front of the same precinct every day. Nobody's ever figured it out, but let's be honest, we all know that dashboard. We all know that little hanging Jamaican flag up in that corner. We know it's you guys. Just give up.
But you know what it is? To go back a little bit on the whole takeover stuff, have takeover cars tried registering for like some of your shows? Or?
They don't pay. They don't want to pay. They like the free stuff.
Ah, okay.
That's
well,
why they go to that. They don't pay for it.
Okay.
It's free.
Okay. Because the issue I get is I have the form to in case for anybody that wants to join the team. They can do it online and submit their cars and blah blah blah. But they submit their IGs. Now the whole review thing is I go and I look.
Obviously, yeah, it
And I
should.
go and I see
Because it shows them their
what
personality.
takeover events you go to, my guy.
What street racing?
Or street racing.
Jared.
Because end of the day, it's like I tell them, we're over 20 years in this. People know the name. People know the reputation. They know we're about the car life. Leave us alone.
Yeah.
And I've worked very hard to
keep-
get to
to-
that level
and to
with police.
maintain it.
And to maintain it. Because let's be for real. It ain't easy. Because I have 50 knuckleheads, but it's 50 different opinions. 50 different headaches. 50 different,
But it's
you gotta
nice.
please
Yeah.
to a certain degree and work with everyone and, and keep everything, kosher. But
again, I've had instances that there's people I can't even have on the team anymore just because of that. All the troublemaking that they're doing and the street racing they're doing sending and there, but they don't realize that you do something stupid with a logo on your windshield,
You know,
it looks bad on all
they
of us.
forget that they're an advertisement once that sticker
You're a
goes on.
walking billboard
So
for everybody else that has the same.
they'll be like, yo, those C4 guys, they're not good because those two people messed it up.
Exactly. And then, you have X number of years you've worked hard for, go down the toilet. But again, it's something that not a lot of people realize. And like I said, it's just the whole takeover thing is horrendous.
I hate it. And hate is a harsh word.
Yeah, no,
And
I
hate
understand. I
the
understand, and I go,
takeovers.
and I'm with you on
Like,
it. I do
you're
hate it.
100% ruining people's lives. You're how many people died just from that?
Over a dozen in tri-state in a 4-month span.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for what? What is so cool about?
Hanging
Okay,
out the
don't get me wrong. We've done it growing up, but what did we do?
We went to
a parking lot with 12 people, 10
And did a
people.
burnout there.
That's it. There wasn't 50 people standing around
With
it.
their
There
cell
was-
phones out.
Yeah, it was just us among
Yep.
friends in a parking lot doing donuts.
That's why I respect John so much with the E30.
You know,
Okay,
we're
okay.
not taking over an intersection. We're not taking over these areas.
bridge.
Yeah, like
Stopping
I saw a
traffic.
video. This guy hit a guy on a bike when he was doing a donut. You
Oh,
saw
yeah, I
that?
saw that.
And
I
the
saw
guy
that reel.
pulled out the gun on him.
Yep.
Now you're risking your whole community because now the biker's shooting up randomly in the air because you want to hit somebody in a bike because you don't know how to control your car. You know?
Now, what happens if that goes through a door and hits a kid?
That's what I'm saying.
Now what?
That's why I say you're ruining the community because
A perfect example of this is as funny as it was to see from the outside was the famous H2OI.
Oh,
There was moments that were funny. Don't get me wrong.
banana run.
The banana run was hilarious. 400 people dressed up as bananas, running up and down Coastal Highway. Tits to fucking look at, and it was hilarious.
Last time I went was 6 years ago
Okay,
when it was good.
when it was actually good.
We're
when it was actually
respectful. They did little donuts and
Little donuts,
thing,
but it
was
wasn't
like,
not to the level
yeah.
that an entire state had to get locked down, and they had to ask the neighboring states to come with their SWAT and their state troopers to get cars out.
Yep. Now they have a fence in the strip. You didn't know that?
Yeah,
Yeah. There's a.
and they double,
and now
they
there's a
triple
divider.
they triple the fines now, on quote unquote special event zones that they dubbed it.
It's just like they ruined it. Like, what if me and my friends wants to just go down there for like seafood in the weekend?
Yeah.
Because they're known for
Pictures.
their crabs.
Yeah,
They're known
yeah.
for all their eat crabs and beaches during the summertime. Now I'm afraid that me and my friends are gonna get harassed because we're just down there having fun
Because
because
you have
of
tints in your car.
H2O.
Yeah. No, you're
know?
right. You're absolutely right.
It's
Valid
like
point.
we can't even enjoy that area anymore without risking getting towed,
Yep.
ticket up our asses. You know?
No, it's fucked up.
It sucks because that's one event that they used to do there, the OC Car and Truck Show. I was there for, Jesus Christ, 7-8 years, religiously every summer with the guys. And it was literally, we called it our vacation time because we would go 2 days earlier just to chill and relax, go to the
Yeah.
beach, boardwalk.
Hang out with your friends away from
Just
your
like relax. Then,
neighborhood.
Friday, Saturday came and it was, game time. Get the cars ready, show and everything else. No more. The
I know
guy's
they had
not even
a-
allowed to do, you can't even hint a car show in Ocean City because,
The cop squad did. The cops will get ready. There was a huge muscle event that used to go down.
cruising,
Yeah,
OC
like 2
cruising
weeks
week.
before
Yes.
H2O. Now they can't do nothing. That's been going on for centuries.
Bro,
Doing that
the-
strip.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Cruising OC or OC Cruising Week or
Something
whatever, one
like
of those
that.
two, is one of the oldest
Yeah, they were.
shows because everybody will come out with their old school cars or like their classic Euros and stuff like that.
It was like a weekend vacation for these. They'll come with their
And just cruise.
family. same thing what kids now do at H2O, book an Airbnb, and that was for the muscle people would bring out their family. And there's not a lot of shows for muscle cars.
I mean, you're doing one now. Plug it.
Finally, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Plug it.
Yeah, I have
What's
a
the next
show.
event?
It's called Iron Duke's Car Show.
There we
It's
go.
to raise money for the high school football team.
Perfect.
So we're targeting more muscle American old school cars. I would love for more JDM to show up.
Where?
Okay.
It's in Marlboro, New York, upstate,
Okay.
When?
May 21st.
Registration link.
It's on the float.
On the float? Okay. Well, whatever. You can send me the info, and I will plug it in through
I'll
the
send you all
blog
the
of
info.
the podcast because we have it behind the scenes. So
Okay.
anything that we miss, we kind of recap it real
Awesome.
quick on
Yeah,
the
I'll
blog. So you
definitely
can send me
you
out there,
that.
and I'll have
so
all the stuff.
I feel
over.
like I only doing it this show because I've noticed there's a lot of import shows. I love import. That's where my heart is, obviously. But I respect muscles cars because they've been around the longest. You know,
True.
look at the race scenes from the 80s, 70s.
Yep, very true.
Muscle cars. It was all muscle cars.
Yeah.
When you think about manual, the aggressiveness, it's always in a muscle car. It's never really in a JDM car. Even
Yeah,
though, you
yeah,
know,
you're right, you're right.
That aggressive. It's a muscle car.
It's a muscle car.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
I get it. It's a different animal.
So it's
a different
like
animal.
I noticed that there's not a lot of shows up here
No,
targeting
hardly ever.
muscle. It's always only cars and coffee, or you have to go down south to Texas or Florida, South
Yep.
Carolina
Yep.
for muscle
Okay.
inspired cars. So I'm trying to bring it up here because I know there's a bunch,
There is a lot.
but
there is a lot
no
of
one
old school
comes
cars.
out because there's no shows for them. They see other shows, obviously they could go to it, right? Like Elite Tuner shows, Next Gen shows, good shows, amazing shows, but they see that it's target more JDM,
The
you
import
know,
side of the
import
car
side
world.
of it.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I get it.
so it's like kind of like, what about the American? They're there. They're the longest generations of the car scene. Like,
People sleep on
think
the old school
about it.
American
yeah.
muscle. I know. I
and
get
I'm
it.
pretty sure these older people would love to go and show it off and inspire younger people of like that's into muscle now. They go,
The only I would suggest it's because it's the older generation. Not a lot have Instagram or Facebook,
Okay.
so you have to go really old school on the promotion side.
I went to forums.
There you go.
I already posted up in
Smart
forums.
woman.
Between that and like the articles and like tape it, like an Wawa type
And then
deal.
I have flyers being printed and people
There you
upstairs
go.
going to the cars and coffee and passing it out.
There you go. That's the way to do it because with that old gen, the Instagram.
I sometime know what I'm
What's
doing.
an Instagram?
Also, what I would do is I'd use people like Hellcat Enforcer and
Yeah, he
the Great
was-
Wide
Speed
Body.
Gravity.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've spoken to them.
Good.
It's just hard to book them because they're so busy.
But if you
know?
can have somebody like that that's has 20,000 followers, of that half of his muscle cars. Those guys are the target demographic that you're trying to hit. I think it'd be very useful. Somebody like him.
Yeah,
Or
because the old generation will tend to gravitate and look at the new gen. The 68 Charger is going to look at the new 2022
Hellcat.
Charger.
Yeah, of
Hellcat.
course. Next
And
to
you
a
motherfuckers are
Civic.
going to bond over Mopar parts.
But then you have like now a Honda Civic showing up, a beautifully built. They're like,
What is this doing here?
yeah, like,
Oh
what
my
is
God.
this four banger doing here? We want the V8.
There's been times that we've gotten the flyer, we've gotten invited, hey, why don't you guys come out to a car show? Because they think it's a car show, so anything that's modded goes. We've learned. We go and we look at the flyer. If the flyer has an old school 50-something Chevy on the flyer, we
You
say
seen the
thank-
flyer?
We say thank you, but we declined because gone to those events and they look at you like.
Yeah, but not for anything. At Carlisle, you got a lot of turned heads.
But Carlisle is a different breed. Carlisle's
Seen
a
that
different
flyer?
animal. That's a very cool flyer, actually. That came out actually very good.
I'll show you
Nicely
the
done.
4 cars that's already approved.
Very
So at
nicely
least you
done.
get an idea of like
See,
what
I don't
target.
have an issue going to one of these shows because I have old caddies in my house.
Bring it.
So it's one of those things that with me, I can jump from the truck game to the import game to the. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, the wrong way.
You see, that's nice. Shit,
I dig it.
that is dope.
That's nice.
He's from down south. I know exactly where that car lives. He's from down.
No,
from
he's
Abandon.
upstate.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a twin of his that is in Tom's River. There's a twin of that build in Tom's River. Because I
And
even have
then
pictures of it with
one
him.
of my friend's bike, he's coming too.
That's nicely done. That is very nicely done, Harley.
Yeah.
You
Also,
don't see a lot of bikes in
What I would
Northern
do is, Amanda down south in Tom's River,
Yes.
what's that meet, that the drag strip they all go to? Come on, you got this.
Look.
So the old schoolers, like Amanda's next door neighbor, this motherfucker has a collection. Holy shit.
Yeah, mean car collection.
Really?
I'm talking about like
Yeah.
2 lifts in his garages.
he's a Mopar guy. He's got
okay.
some nasty Mopars.
And he's
Nasty
got
Mopars.
a 8-second, what is it, a Comet?
Yes.
An 8-second Comet. And it was a family-owned car, one of those deals. But there's a drag strip that they all go to down there every single fucking week.
I forgot the name of it.
Down south in Jersey?
It's not ACO, it's, come on, I could kill you right now.
Honestly, you can because I don't fucking remember. I know exactly what you're talking about because they talked about it. Even her neighbor has mentioned it. But right now you can kill me and I'm not going to remember. But whatever. If I remember, I will.
Oh, we can ask Amanda.
I will pass it on to you. She's probably knocked out by now.
But what? Let's see. What other events after the classic one is in the pipeline?
Firehouse Frenzy.
Then okay, a new
That's in
volume, a new
September.
volume to Firehouse Frenzy.
Yeah, the fifth one.
Okay, not bad.
So-
What's the judging going to be like? No,
Way,
I'm
way,
kidding, I'm kidding, kidding,
way better.
kidding, I'm kidding. I'm joking, I'm kidding.
Because I agree with it. It was
Rough.
rough. Work in progress.
But no, Sleepy did all right.
Sleepy did great.
He really did hold it down.
Sleepy definitely did great. It's just
And I'm so sad that Bad Panda didn't get to walk around my car. I was sad about
you
that.
heard that, Jules, if you're listening.
There you go.
Hope she's watching.
Gotta look at the Z. What else? Anything else you wanna?
Ooh, well, I mean, listen, I can go all.
I mean, it's been good. We're gonna hit the 2-hour mark. So this
That's
is
a rare
this,
one.
this is another long
Damn,
one. It doesn't
that
happen a
went
lot.
fast.
It does not
That's
happen a
when
lot.
you talk about good stuff. You don't realize
But
how
it's
fast
it's,
it
it's been fun so far.
We hit 2 hours with Kermit.
Yes, we did.
And
And
we
we also
love
did
him.
it. It was
I
like a
love
2-parter
him.
with him too,
Yeah,
as
it
well.
was. Are we gonna break this into a 2-parter?
Nah, I'll let everybody suffer.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Listen to the whole thing throughout the whole day.
I'll play it back twice, once in the morning, once in the afternoon.
But yeah, anything else you want to ask her? I think we covered pretty much.
Do you want to
everything.
plug anybody? Do it now.
Yeah. Anybody want to give a shout out or
Shops that you like to work
shops?
with?
Yeah. Good. Right now, this is your
I
time
just
to
want
shine.
people to just
Show up.
show up, like
and have
I
fun
don't
and be
care. It's
respectful,
it's
people.
I just want to help the high school football team
Okay.
for the show, like, because I know a lot of like high school football they can't upgrade so
they
much
have
of
very
their
old equipment sometimes.
equipment, and like it delays their gameplay and stuff like that. So it'll be nice if more people did show up, only because it's like this helps them. Like that's why I like doing fundraisers.
Okay.
Because money's always being made, no matter what you do. Right?
Very
so
true.
a lot of
Very true.
hosts focus on making that money instead of focus on the community.
Okay.
Like that's why with him after the show, I like that he was honest with everything about my show. So I know, okay, I know I have to work on this.
Was I mean? Be honest.
No,
If I was
not
an
at
asshole,
all.
you could say it out loud.
No, not at all. You was. I'd rather you be straight up
You know
than
what?
try to sugarcoat something. Then I'll be like, it's not. He doesn't find it serious. If you sugarcoat something, you don't find
True.
it serious, a serious matter. So you're just like, yeah, okay, whatever. That's his opinion. Next to, I need to fix it.
Right.
I need to fix it.
I just want to say,
Well,
you know how many meets, shows, I've been to a bunch of meets in that car, but shows, he was like, not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. He's like, Firehouse Frenzy, put it on the fucking calendar now. So I had to go over to my office.
Firehouse Frenzy #1 was my debut with my BMW.
Nice.
That's when it literally came out of the body shop, and we got it ready with the rest of the guys, and that was her first show that I placed Best Euro in.
Beautiful. It was a
And
beautiful car.
But ever since, I was like, we make room for Firehouse Frenzy.
Yay.
Like I said, over 20 years, I've seen good shows, I've seen shit shows, I've seen what the fuck shows, and I've seen why did I wake up today shows.
I'm pretty sure you have a few you can run
Yeah,
on top of
there's
your head. that
shows
you're
I
just
won't
like,
go to because it's
you're like, okay, this is a lot of bullshit. So you know what I mean? But like I said, I try my best now to narrow out because I don't want the new gens to go through what I went through, or when I went through with the previous generations of the team, because I had a lot of guys that, crazy amount of money put into their cars and parts and this and that and getting crazy and creative, and then they would show up at shows and either get laughed at or not even get judged, or just like walk by and go to the other car, or the judges were friends
being fair.
with Joe Schmo.
favoritism.
Because Joe Schmo, and he's like, yo, don't worry, I got you. And then, you got his tints and wheels, and you're like, I'll blew a car with like 50 TVs. And I'm just, getting crazy here talking, but like I said, you start narrowing. Like, no, not with them. And like I said, I give the benefit of the doubt always 3 times doing shows.
3 strikes.
Always been like that. I've gone to several shows. I've done the 3, and all 3 I'm just like, why the fuck did I even go to this? But like I said, I have very good. It could be a little bit of bias because it was my first show with the BMW, and it happened to people liked it, and and I was able to win something. But I've always had a soft spot with the Firehouse Frenzy shows. That's why I always tell the guys, make room for it because it's a good show.
And it's for a good cause. It's not like, I could do a regular show, but it's just like the community what makes us. If it wasn't
True.
for you guys coming to our shows, we won't have a show.
You won't have a show to begin with. Now, do you plan on expanding
Yes.
Firehouse and
Trying
like
to,
bringing it to
working
like?
on bringing it to Florida.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah,
Holy
so
shit!
I'm working on talking
I was
to
gonna
one of
ask
my
you if you were gonna
friends.
do an indoor, and this girl was like, "I'm going to another state. Fuck you." Okay, never mind.
It's hard to find an indoor venue.
Okay.
It's,
Okay.
it's really
Is it
hard.
really?
And the
Okay.
regulations when it comes to indoors.
Okay,
because,
yeah, the fire
like,
marshals
the gas
and the gasoline, yes.
and all that. It's
Less
like
than
a
quarter
little bit
tank.
too extra. Like, because especially when it comes to these shows, more is better.
Right,
Because we want to help the
Okay,
community.
right.
So, like, now we're doing more exclusive cutting.
Okay,
It prevents less people to show.
got it.
That's why when people say, oh, people focus on quantity over quality. Quality should be there, but you also have to see what type of show are you doing. If you're doing something like a fundraiser, you want quantity.
You want everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then if you're doing like a wake fest, they don't care for the quantity.
No, they're really picking
want
out
the
the best of the
quality
best,
of the
yes.
shows,
Yeah.
And then there's shows they're out there that just come out have fun.
Right. Okay.
It's just coming out fun.
So
like-
that's definitely the next step for you. You're gonna try and pull one in the Sunshine State.
yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, and it's hard to find like states that have volunteers, firefighters,
really?
departments. Yeah, because we can't do it in the regular ones because it's ready. They're getting paid.
Right, they're getting the money. They're getting the funding that they
volunteer
need.
departments, they only work with what the government gives them their allowance.
Right.
So they're stuck with that allowance. They're
And
not
there
getting
isn't
it.
many. And
There
there
isn't
isn't
much.
many. No shit.
No.
Huh,
So they
didn't
they
know.
do a lot of fundraiser shows themselves
Okay.
and the little activities to raise money for their department. So the car show was brought up. We're like, "Whoop, now we're here.
No shit. Not a bad origin story.
Yeah, I like to stick with fundraisers and
Okay.
charities because it's like, why can't we give back?
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
It
and
makes
like
sense.
you're doing a good cause. At least you know your money, because you guys spend a lot of money. You guys
Don't remind us.
enter the show.
Please don't remind us.
You pay for the food that's there. You're paying for a vendor, like buy things you buy in the vendor. So you're
Yeah.
spending money. Knowing that it's helping something makes you feel better about spending that money.
That's true.
Not for anything. I have no idea how you pulled off that in-driver simulation fucking rig at Firehouse Frenzy. That was fucking dope.
I'll be back.
So in this simulator, you got to either drive a Porsche, a McLaren, or a Ferrari, right?
I believe so.
And legit, you felt the chair rock. You felt the reverb from the steering wheel. If you fucked up the car, your steering wheel was turned sideways 90 degrees, and it was fucked.
Real life experience. Like if you really was racing,
I'm just happy I didn't have to spend fucking $200,000 to crash a Ferrari.
right? And then they added up for a kids version. Because I target kids.
Okay.
My shows, I love targeting kids because I see it all the time. I go to a show. What are the kids doing? Sitting in the back of the car.
Playing with the
or the
iPad.
side of the car.
Making a TikTok.
You
Making a
know,
TikTok video.
I'm talking about kids. Like
Okay,
kids,
okay.
younger kids, not teens or like, 10 and under,
Right,
or
okay,
13 and
okay,
under.
okay.
What are they really doing? Absolutely nothing at shows. You see it all the time.
It's true. It is true though. It is true though.
They
Even
get
back
bored.
in the days of like doing English Town or even Haddingport Nights. Because be for real, Haddingport Nights was not really a setting for a little kid.
Yeah,
because
'cause-
there was a lot of titties flying around.
That's what I was saying, but they weren't targeting kids.
Also, can there be more titties at the show? No,
No.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No,
I'm kidding.
because there's a family vibe. I can't have titties jiggling in front of 3-year-olds.
All right, no, fair.
But yeah,
fair.
so that's why I added the bounce house for the kids.
Okay.
It's
you
English
know?
Town. That's
Yeah, that's
what
where
my
we have to
Amanda-
go. Yeah.
It's English Town. That's a drag strip. That's a drag strip.
English Town, Raceway
English
Park.
Town is not south though.
It's middle.
That's
technically.
it's like right by me. It's like 10 minutes, 15
That's
minutes
the
from
strip
me.
they're going to.
Yeah. That's where they go.
E-Town is what
E-Town.
they call it.
Yeah, yeah.
Dragging?
Yeah.
The drag strip is gone though.
So, well, they still go there and they show up every week, and they run. Where the hell they running? I don't know. I haven't been to
The
English
guy
Town.
calls it E-Town.
I
Yeah,
have
we
not
call
been-
it E-Town,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's always been the nickname for Raceway.
It's always been E-Town.
Fuck, do I know this?
It's always been the
I
nickname
don't
for
race.
Raceway.
It's always been E-Town. It even
neither-
says it
bro,
outside E-Town.
Neither did we. Get the fuck out of here.
So yeah, that's my main goal of targeting kids.
Is there any new attractions for the upcoming
New
or
York,
like
you said?
no, any upcoming like new attractions for like the next Firehouse Frenzy? Any new stuff that you plan on adding?
I don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
Not yet. I don't know. I want to change it up a little.
Okay.
I want
Bounce
everyone.
house. I was
Okay.
offended I couldn't get in the bounce house.
Why not? They didn't allow you?
I asked. He was like, I don't know, man. I was like, all right, I'm not going to push my luck, but I'm grateful that you thought about it.
I went in.
Yeah, but to be fair, you're like 5-0. You count.
True. I blend in with the kids. You're supposed
bad,
to hold your
alright.
weight.
Not bad though. Not bad though. Anything else or?
I think that's is that everything?
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Don't forget, send me the stuff so I can put it on the blog post for the episode. So everybody that wants to check out the website, check out the IG and all that.
I'll send
they
you
can They can
everything.
find you. I'm gonna have a link of it also on the podcast episode, so people that read the description will see your IG as well, so they can check out the show and hopefully come out to the next upcoming events that you guys got.
Yeah.
Flyers, like I said, send them over. I'll put them on the blog post for everybody that's listening. As always, podcast.c4lifestyle.com. And you can always hit us up at C4 Lifestyle Media on IG. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This has been really great. Thank you for coming out. I hope you had fun.
Thank you for having
I
me.
hope to have you again sometime in another
Anytime.
future
This was
episode.
fun.
So I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's
I'll
the
come
important
back
part.
and we could talk shit more.
There we go. That's what we're here for. As always, everybody, thank you for listening. Hope you guys like this one. And as always, keep it custom, my friends, because life's way too short to stay stuck.
Later, babe.